Good evening and welcome to HiTom Radio's presentation of HiTom Baseball. Andrew Sellover with you, live from Wilmington, North Carolina, where the red-hot High Point-Thomasville HiToms have traveled to the coast to take on the Wilmington Sharks. HiToms coming in, winners of 4 of 5, snapping a 5-game losing streak on Saturday against Lexington County in a thriller, then taking the game Sunday over Asheboro, splitting a doubleheader against Forest City on Tuesday, and winning 8-5 last night over the Martinsville Mustangs. The key hit in that one was the 3 RBI bases clearing double in the 8th off the bat of Mitch Smith, giving the HiToms the lead that they would never let go. Jacob Halford came in, slammed the door, and HPT gets back to 500 after the win last night. They move to within half a game of second place as we take a look at the West Division here in the CPL. Coming into the night, Savannah still in front, of course, at 16-5, a comeback win last night over Macon 9-6, and then Lexington County and Martinsville 10-9, 5 games back of the Bananas. HiToms at 10-10, 5.5 back. Macon 10-11, Forest City 8-13, and Asheboro down in the cellar at 3-17. Final scores from last night: Tri-City and Peninsula was rained out. Wilmington winners 2-1 over Holly Springs. These Sharks snapped a 6-game losing streak with the victory last night, holding on to beat the Salamanders in a very close game. Sharks out-hit the Salamanders 5-4 in that one. Wilson was 12-8 winners over Asheboro last night. And of course the HiToms 8-5 winners over the Mustangs at Finch Field. We'll get to the starting lineups now for both teams, beginning with the visiting HiToms tonight. It's Jose Vargas in the 1 hole, and over at third baseman. At the first base is Eli Wiesner. He's batting second. Justin Johnson out at short and batting third. First time he hasn't been in the leadoff spot when he's playing in a while. Jose Vargas back in that leadoff spot like he was in Game 2 of the doubleheader at Forest City on Tuesday. Mitch Smith is in the cleanup spot again and designated hitter tonight for HPT. Vito Paterno, the left fielder, and batting fifth. Blake Sutton behind the plate tonight, batting sixth. J.D. Suarez batting seventh and over at second base. The center fielder, Sam Yelton, bats eighth, and A.J. Roush rounds out the starting 9 and is playing right field. The starting pitcher tonight for the HiToms in his first start in CPL play is Wesley Buck, the lefty at 6'4", 205, and freshman out of UNC Greensboro. Now let's meet the starting lineup for the home team, the Wilmington Sharks, here at Buck Hardy Field. The starting lineup for Wilmington: the third baseman, number 2, Tabor Mongero, leads things off. The right fielder, Pat Monteith, bats second. In the 3 hole is the first baseman, Mason Landers. Batting cleanup is Wyatt Crenshaw. He's also the designated hitter. Batting fifth and playing shortstop is Andrew Chufo. And then Scott Bandura bats sixth, and he's out in right field. A.J. Mendolia is the second baseman. And then it's Chaz Bertolini behind the plate batting eighth, and rounding out the starting 9 for the Wilmington Sharks is the center fielder, Noah Bridges, the starter tonight for the Sharks. In his first start and first appearance with Wilmington this summer, the lefty and sophomore out of Westchester, Gabe Rappa. Rappa stands at 6'2", 210 from the left side. Originally went to LaSalle, and then when that program disbanded due to COVID, he transferred into Westchester. 2 seasons at LaSalle, and then this 2022 season, he played with Westchester. Umpires tonight, we'll get those to you in just a second. The HiToms wearing the red uniforms. It's blue stripes down the buttons with white lettering reading HiToms top to bottom. A blue circle with the HiToms logo on the right side of the chest, and then blue numbers on the left side of the chest, blue numbers with white outline on the back. Gray pants, red stirrups with blue and white stripes, and at the top, and red caps with blue bills and a white HiToms logo for the visitors. Here are the umpires for tonight's game. Behind home plate is Chris Riddle, calling balls and strikes. Over at first is Kyle Buño, and Robert Hemingway is over at third. We'll take a second here and pause for the national anthem and be back with first pitch from Buck Hardy Field.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask that please rise and rise as we honor America and those who defend her with the singing of our national anthem. Performing the anthem tonight is Curtis Campbell. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave. Tonight's play ball kid of the night is Liz.
Back here on HiTom Radio, Andrew Sullivan with you from Buck Hardy Field. As you might be able to tell, it's a pretty windy night in Wilmington, North Carolina. Of course, we're just off the coast here in the Tar Heel State, so plenty of wind here. It's a beautiful night for baseball. Pretty hot, sun is out. We had some scattered showers forecasted earlier in the morning for tonight in Wilmington. Those have gone away from the forecast, but as you know, near the coast, you can never really project the weather quite accurately, so we're hoping that the rain stays away tonight, and we're good for a full 9 innings between the HiToms and the Sharks. 85 degrees, feels like 91 in Wilmington, North Carolina, going down to 70 tonight. It should be dropping down to around 80 by the end of the game, around 10 o'clock tonight. Ballpark here at Buck Hardy Field plays pretty straight up down the left field line. The wall juts in towards the foul line, and then the foul pole stands on the wall that's angled about 45 degrees back in towards fair territory. It's a 10-foot wall all the way around until you get towards close to the right field wall, and the last maybe 25 yards of the fencing from right center all the way to the right field pole are only about a 4-foot wall. So for lefties, that's a good sign. You can try and pull one down the line and out of here, but the wind is blowing partially in towards home plate now. It was blowing out before the game about an hour. So in BP, we might have seen some balls hit out of here. It's going to be tough to ride one out of Buck Hardy Field now that it's gotten to about 7 o'clock local time, and we're ready for first pitch in just a few seconds. HiToms have been hitting the ball out of the ballpark recently, though. We saw one last night off the bat of Bo Rusher leave Finch Field in left center. And then we saw one off the bat of Eli Wiesner on Saturday at Lexington County. We almost saw one off the bat of Brandon Stallman Tuesday at Forest City. We did see one off the bat of the new third baseman Jarrett Brown leave over the monster at McNair Field. So we'll see if anybody can sneak one out of here. If you do, the best bet is down the right field line where it is a short porch, as I said, with a 4-foot wall. As I said, the starting pitcher tonight is Gabe Rappa for Wilmington. He's getting his first start in the CPL, just his first appearance in the CPL as well, after Westchester went all the way to the D3 National Championship stage, lost in the semifinals. Standing in is Vargas from the right side, and the first pitch misses low for ball one. I'm out in center field tonight at Buck Hardy Stadium, so ignore any errors with the left and rights, and not the best angle to see balls and strikes as that one's fouled back to the backstop, 1-1 the count. But still a really great view of the stadium and the solid crowd on hand to watch the Sharks play at home. As I said, Sharks snapped a 6-game losing streak against the Salamanders in 2-1 fashion as that one rides way outside into the left-hand batter's box. It's a 2-1 count to the leadoff man, Jose Vargas. Vargas comes into tonight batting .220 on the season with HPT in 16 games played and 41 ABs. The 2-1 from the lefty, laced to the right side of the infield, off the glove of the diving second baseman. That's off of Mendolia's glove into shallow right field, and Vargas is aboard with a base hit to start the top of the first. That one just snuck through the right side of the infield. It was a great diving effort by Mendolia over at second, just couldn't quite snag it. So 1 on, no away. That brings up Eli Wiesner. He's been red hot of late. 2 for 3 last night with 2 runs, a walk, and a strikeout in the 8-5 win over Martinsville. HiToms winners of 4 of the past 5, and the first pitch is swung on and missed. Gabe Rappa stands at 6'2", 210, 13 appearances, 12 of them starts this season with Westchester. 59 innings pitched, 60 hits, 45 runs, and 39 of those earned. He misses way upstairs and away to the right-handed hitting first baseman. 1-1 the count. 28 walks to 47 Ks this season. Gave up 16 extra base hits, 11 of them doubles, 5 home runs, 5.95 ERA. Opponents batting .262, and that one is in the strike zone. 1-2 the count. Breaking ball lands at the knees, and Wiesner behind. Runner at first, no away here in the top of the first. Official start time 7:07 in Wilmington, North Carolina. The 1-2 pitch outside, another breaking ball. Evens up the count 2-2. Most recent outing for Rappa since he hasn't pitched yet for the Sharks came on June 9th in the semifinals of the D2 National Tournament. 8-5 the loss to North Greenville for Westchester. He went 3 2/3 innings pitched. That one is fouled back on the outside corner by Wiesner. We'll do the 2-2 again. He gave up 4 hits, 7 runs, all earned, 5 walks, 2 Ks, 72 pitches thrown. Got the loss that day, and it officially eliminated Westchester as they fell in the semifinals to the eventual national champions. 2-2 pitch, swung on and missed. He elevated a fastball, and Wiesner couldn't quite catch up to it. Down on strikes is the HiToms first baseman. First strikeout of the day for the left-handed pitcher Rappa. That brings up JJ with 1 away and 1 on. As I said, first time that Justin Johnson isn't in the starting leadoff spot. When he's been playing with the HiToms, he's been up there in the 1 hole. Vargas played well in that 1 hole on Tuesday, though, with 2 hits, a double, and a single, so he gets the start. And then Justin Johnson in the 3 hole, and he fouls the first pitch he sees in on the hands off down the first base line.
That foul ball was brought to you by Nova Splines. Don't have your day shattered. Call Nova Splines.
Blue skies, couple clouds in the area. Sun starting to set down the right field line. Shouldn't go down fully until past the 8 o'clock hour as the throw back to Vargas. Check on Vargas, rather, over at first. He's back standing. Plenty of games in the CPL tonight. A doubleheader between Lexington and Florence as well. 0-1 pitch to Justin Johnson. Just misses outside. 1-1 the count. Martinsville at Forest City tonight. Tri-City at Wilson. Of course, the HiToms playing here against the Sharks. Peninsula at Moorhead City. Macon and Savannah square off for what seems like the 1,000th time this season. Holly Springs at Ashboro, and then and then Lexington County at Florence in the doubleheader. That one again misses outside. 2-1 now the count to the starting shortstop for HPT. Justin Johnson went 1 for 3 last night, scored 2 runs, a single and a walk, and a strikeout. 2-1 pitch, breaking ball, finds the top of the zone on the outside corner. 2-2 now the count. Next pitch will be the 15th for Rappa. He's just got one out here in the top of the first. Jose Vargas still standing on first after a leadoff single. Eli Wiesner down on strikes. 2-2 the count to Justin Johnson. The lefty Rappa comes set and delivers, and that one's fouled out of play down the first base line. One came in on the hands of Justin Johnson, and he just got a piece to foul it out. So 15 pitches now into the first for the starter Rappa. Out of Paulsboro, New Jersey, went to Newman Goretti High School. Lefty trying to retire one of the hottest hitters in the HiToms lineup. 2-2 pitch, swung on and missed. He went with the curveball at 75 miles per hour, had Justin Johnson fooled, and after a Vargas leadoff single, he strikes out two of the most dangerous HiToms in the lineup, both on strikes. Both forward Ks for Wiesner and Johnson brings up Mitch Smith, who had the go-ahead 3 RBI double last night into the left field gap that eventually gave the HiToms the 8-5 lead after HPT gave up 4 runs to let the Mustangs tie it in the top of the 7th. Runner goes, fastball way upstairs, throw down to second, and Vargas gets there in time. Bertolini had to jump out of his crouch to receive that fastball that ran high. Couldn't quite get it down to second in time, so Vargas up into scoring position. Hitters count at 1-0 now to the DH Mitch Smith. Mitch, the only Smith now on the HiToms lineup after Colin Smith had to head back to Navy after his last game last night, and the 1-0 is swung on and missed at a fastball over the heart of the plate. Great having Colin on the HiToms this season. Batted .286 his final average with HPT, and of course headed into his senior season at the Naval Academy, going back for military training. We hope he has a great last year. Breaking ball on the outside corner, now 1-2 the count to Mitch Smith. Rappa looking to strand Vargas out at second after his leadoff single in the top of the first and give the Sharks the advantage headed back into the dugout with a 0-0 game. Runner goes to third. That one swung on and missed, though. So 3 straight swinging strikeouts of the 2, 3, and 4 batters in the HiToms lineup. That's how Gabe Rappa strands the leadoff single off the bat of Jose Vargas. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left on base. HiToms 0, and the Sharks coming up here on HiTom Radio.
Novant Health offers unrivaled care for every woman at every age, stage, and walk of life. We know that the care you need today might not be the same care you need tomorrow, and we're proud to offer expert services that are as diverse and multifaceted as you are. So whether you're having a baby, battling cancer, or boosting your overall wellness, you can count on Novant Health to get you back to the things you love faster. Discover care that always puts you first at novanthealth.org/everywoman.
So at Sheets, we really exist to make people's lives easier every day. In this moment, we have a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to connect with some of our lucky fans to help make their dreams come true.
How are you? I'm Ryan Sheets.
Here's a brand new truck for you, man. A once-in-a-lifetime dream vacation to Turks and Caicos. Have you ever been there?
No, I've never been anywhere.
A check for $25,000.
This is a testament to why everybody should be a Sheets freak.
Here in High Point, North Carolina, we encourage everyone to make themselves at home. Here in High Point, we're known as the home furnishings capital of the world. We have banked our past, present, and future highly on this industry. We have lots of opportunities to entertain your family and children, so take advantage of our parks, our cultural events and activities, as well as some of our seasonal attractions. High Point has a variety of entertainment to suit your needs. Whether you're looking for the newest craft brewery here in town or some live music, come to High Point. We've got what you need. We here at High Point welcome you to make yourself at home.
Almost time for the bottom of the first as Wesley Buck, the lefty and freshman out of UNCG, completes his warm-up tosses for the HiToms. Sam Yelton waving to me out here in center field. He gets the start in center for HPT. Left to right across the outfield for the HiToms is Paterno, Yelton, and Roush. Third to first in the infield, Vargas, Johnson, Suarez, Wiesner. Behind the plate, Blake Sutton. And getting the start is Wesley Buck. He gets prepared to face 1, 2, and 3 top of the lineup here in the bottom of the first for the Sharks. That's Mongaro, Monteith, and Landers. Wesley Buck yet to throw in a CPL game as the starter. He's appeared in 3 CPL games, each of them going 1 inning pitched with 5 Ks, 6 walks, 3 hits. And we'll see if he can keep that going. The walks to strikeouts is the one concern for the big lefty. He stands at 6'4", 205 out of King, North Carolina, went to South Stokes High School, and his first pitch is outside for ball 1 to the left-hander Mongaro. Tabor Mongaro, the junior out of UNC Wilmington, originally went to Gardner-Webb for 2 years, then 1 year at College of Central Florida, now landed at UNC Wilmington and playing for the Wilmington Sharks. And that one out on the outside corner, 1-1 the count. For Wesley Buck, it's a fastball, a lot of run on that fastball. He says he can't usually tell where it's going to go because it moves all over the place. It's 87 to 90 with a changeup at 79 to 81 and a curveball around 74 to 76. That one grounded over to Suarez at second, and he flips on to Eli Wiesner at first for the first out. Mongaro easily retired on a 4-3 putout. That brings up Pat Monteith. Pat Monteith bats from the right side. Kind of a utility player, sophomore out of North Greenville. We were just talking about him. His team knocked off the starting pitcher Gabe Rappa's team in Westchester in the D2 semifinals of the national championship. First pitch runs upstairs for ball 1. And Monteith played a big part in that game. He took today's starting pitcher for the Sharks, Gabe Rappa, deep on a grand slam in the 3rd inning, helping them to an 8-5 win. And then eventually they went on to win 5-3 over Point Loma Nazarene in the title game, taking the D2 national championship. 1-0 missed, 2-0 now the count. Monteith 0 for 2 last night with a run, 2 walks, a strikeout, and a caught stealing. He's now ahead 3-0 as the off-speed misses way outside. So a 3-0 count after a ground out to retire the leadoff batter Mongaro. Buck comes set on the mound and delivers, and that one's right down the middle for strike 1. Monteith taking all the way. 6.00 ERA, 3 hits, 2 runs, both earned for Buck in CPL play. He did get a start against the Greensboro Monarchs, and that one misses just below the knees. So a 5-pitch walk to the right fielder Monteith, and that brings up the first baseman Mason Landers. Pat Monteith, not a ton of speed. He's 0 for 1 in stolen bases this season with the Sharks, so I wouldn't expect to see him in motion. Mason Landers, the right-handed hitting infielder over at first base, can also play third for the Sharks, stands at 6', 200, a sophomore out of Belmont. Played 24 games this season for the Bruins, 79 ABs. He hit .213 with a .306 on base percentage and slugged at a .413 clip. Check on the runner and Monteith over at first. Buck doesn't really work out of a windup anyways, so a runner on base doesn't affect his delivery. He might speed up the delivery just a little bit, and the first pitch breaking ball misses outside for ball 1. As I was saying, he started in a 1-0 exhibition win over the Greensboro Monarchs when he went 3 innings pitched, 49 pitches thrown, faced 12 batters, struck out 6, didn't walk 1, 2 hits, and 1 hit by pitch. That one lined to short, a diving snag by Justin Johnson, throwback to first, and it didn't quite get picked up by Wiesner. It would have been in time to retire Monteith and get out of the inning on a double play. Wiesner couldn't quite pick it as it was a low throw back. But Justin Johnson flashing the leather. A sharp line drive into the hole at short, and he jumps out of the air like a shark and snags it. That one came off the bat at 92 miles per hour. Justin Johnson, quick reflexes at short. Could have been 2 on and 1 away. Instead, it's 2 down. Monteith still over at first. First pitch, fastball at the knees for strike 1 to Mason Crenshaw. Or rather, Wyatt Crenshaw. Mason Landers was the one who lined out to short. 10 pitches now for Buck in the first. Monteith thought for sure that one was getting through the left side of the infield. The 0-1 goes all the way to the backstop as Buck threw it over Sutton's head. 1-1 the count. Advancing into scoring position is Monteith on the wild pitch. He thought for sure it was through the left side of the infield into left field for a line drive hit off the bat of Landers. So he got halfway to second, then had to turn around when Justin Johnson made a heck of a play. Johnson got quickly up and threw onto first just a bit low. He would have gotten him if Wiesner scooped it. Instead, Monteith back to first, now to second on the wild pitch. 1-1 the count to the designated hitter Crenshaw, who bats from the left side. Left on left, and Buck misses in the dirt. Wind now switching directions again as it blows more out towards center field as opposed to in towards home plate. Wyatt Crenshaw up 2-1 rather, and Buck turns around and checks on Monteith at second. Crenshaw was 1 for 4 last night in the 2-1 win over the Salamanders with a run scored, a strikeout, and a double. Batting .271 on the season with the Sharks, junior out of Colorado Christian. 2-1 pitch, upstairs with the fastball, 3-1. Already 1 walk in the inning issued by Buck. Behind in the count, 3-1 now to the designated hitter. In his most recent appearance, it was out of the pen on Sunday at Ashboro for Wesley Buck. It was a 5-1 win for the HiToms. He went just 1 inning, gave up 2 hits and a walk, but didn't allow a run to come through. 3-1 pitch, fouled back to the netting. Now a full count. Outfield playing pretty straight up for the HiToms. Middle infield on the back of the dirt, just on the edge of the outfield grass. Anything to the outfield grass should score the runner from second. That one's skied behind home plate. Sutton drops the mask, headed towards the wall, and he made a running catch. Blake Sutton helps get his pitcher Wesley Buck out of the first inning. It's a runner left on second for the Sharks as well. No hits, no runs, no errors, and 1 man left on base. It's scoreless through 1 as we head to the second here between the HiToms and the Sharks on HiTom Radio.
Here in High Point, North Carolina, we encourage everyone to make themselves at home. Here in High Point, we're known as the home furnishings capital of the world. We have banked our past, present, and future highly on this industry. We have lots of opportunities to entertain your family and children, so take advantage of our parks, our cultural events and activities, as well as some of our seasonal attractions. High Point has a variety of entertainment to suit your needs. Whether you're looking for the newest craft brewery here in town or some live music, come to High Point. We've got what you need. We here at High Point welcome you to make yourself at home.
Novant Health offers unrivaled care for every woman at every age, stage, and walk of life. We know that the care you need today might not be the same care you need tomorrow, and we're proud to offer expert services that are as diverse and multifaceted as you are. So whether you're having a baby, battling cancer, or boosting your overall wellness, you can count on Novant Health to get you back to the things you love faster. Discover care that always puts you first at novanthealth.org/everywoman.
Top of the second here from Buck Hardy Field. HiToms and Sharks playing for just the second time this season. They'll only play 3 matchups in the regular season this year. First one was on the first game of the season in CPL play. HiToms winners 5-4 that day. Scored 2 in the bottom of the 7th to take the lead, and they never gave it up from there. Looking to improve to 2-0 on Wilmington this year. Top of the second begins with Vito Paterno, and the first pitch is at the knees on the outside corner for strike 1. Rappa on for his second inning of work, faced 4 in the first, and stranded Vargas at second. His 0-1 pitch rides outside to the right-hander Paterno, 1-1 the count. Vito Paterno was 0 for 3 last night with 2 strikeouts and a walk in the 8-5 win over the Mustangs. The sophomore out of Mount Olive takes the 1-1 again on the outside corner, 1-2 the count. Paterno batting .217 for the HiToms coming into tonight in 16 games played and 60 ABs. 15 Ks, 6 walks, 6 RBIs, and a homer. He skies this one on the right side of the infield in foul territory, and that one's just out of the reach of the first baseman Landers into the first base concourse. So Paterno gets one foul and out of play to see another pitch. Played 1 season at Charlotte before transferring to Mount Olive. Grew up in Raleigh, North Carolina. Behind the count, 1-2. The pitch, grounded foul down the first base line. We'll see another 1-2 pitch. Rappa had a 9-inning complete game this season when he pitched against East Stroudsburg, where he went 7 Ks, his career high. Gave up just 1 earned run and 5 hits, got the win that day. His 1-2 pitch, foul tip at the plate, unable to snag it before it hit the dirt was Bertolini. So another 1-2 offering is needed. Paterno manning left field tonight. I'm sure he's happy he doesn't have to deal with the hill like he normally does at Finch Field. Another 1-2. Skied into shallow right field. Going back is the second baseman, and that one's dropped. It's going to be an E4. Advancing to second on the play is Paterno. Mendolia went out as the right fielder Monteith came in. It probably should have been Monteith's ball. He didn't call off his second baseman, and so it was a much harder play for Mendolia, and he couldn't make it. So Vito Paterno's battles for a while at the plate, and it ends up paying off. It's a 2-base error on the Sharks, the first error from either team tonight. With nobody out, it's Blake Sutton with a runner in scoring position. That's one that the right fielder just has to take. Bandura was there. He just didn't call off his second baseman. First pitch, breaking ball at the knees for strike 1 to Sutton. Rappa's done well to get ahead in counts early on in this game. 2 lefty starters for each team respectively tonight. The lefty Rappa delivers, and that one finds the inside corner. Quickly ahead, 0-2 to the backstop for HPT. Blake Sutton, of course, the redshirt sophomore catcher out of High Point University. Had a .250 this season in college and .188 right now with the HiToms in 6 games played, and he swings and misses. That one rode out to the outside side of the plate in the right-hander batter's box at 75 miles per hour, and Sutton was fooled by the breaking ball. He's down on strikes, the 4th strikeout already for Rappa here in just the 2nd inning. That brings up J.D. Suarez. Paterno still standing on second. Suarez hoping to bring home Vito Paterno for the first run of the game. Sam Yelton waits on deck, and the starter Rappa calls time and steps off the bump. Suarez will regroup outside of the right-hand batter's box. HiToms in the visitor dugout down the third base line. Sharks in the first base dugout. Sharks wearing some beach-themed jerseys tonight as the first pitch to Suarez misses low and away. Top to bottom on the front and the back is a sky blue layer, then a purple ocean layer, then a tan sand layer for these jerseys for Wilmington. 1-0 the count, and the lefty Rappa deals, and that one's skied out towards center field. Medium depth for the center fielder Bridges. He comes in a good 10 steps and makes the play. Suarez retired on 2 pitches for the second out in the top of the second. Paterno stays put at second. It's a green lettering of Sharks on the front of these beach-themed jerseys with a white shark painted on. Teal sleeves, blue numbers on the back, white pants, navy caps with a teal bill, and a white Sharks logo on the front of them. So that brings up Sam Yelton from the left side, left on left matchup, and the first pitch, a breaking ball at the knees, swung on and missed. Looked like Yelton was fooled with that 74-mile-per-hour curve. 0-1 the count to the center fielder. Yelton back in the lineup after Joe Delaney gave him a spell and played center last night. Another curveball, that time just 71 miles per hour from the lefty Rappa. It lands at the knees, no offering from Yelton, and it's quickly 0-2. HiTom's in danger of stranding Paterno at second after he reached on the 2-base error to start the inning. Just the second base runner and the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss from Yelton at a pitch in the dirt. Why not go back to the curveball for Rappa? 3 straight curves to Sam Yelton, and he goes down on strikes. 5 Ks through 2 for the starter for the Sharks, and it's still scoreless. Heading to the bottom of the second here on HiTom Radio.
Thank you for coming to my press conference. Don't worry, I just sprained my ankle. Novant Health said I'll be back in no time.
Hey, honey, your wife here. Can you still coach Little League?
Yes, I can.
Dad, excuse me. What about our father-daughter dance?
I wouldn't miss it.
And what about cleaning the gutters?
No further comment.
With locations throughout the area, online scheduling, and same-day appointments, Novant Health can help you get back in the game fast. Visit novanthealth.org/rapid recovery. Novant Health, making healthcare remarkable.
The future is now.
The future is you.
The future is here.
It's computers.
It's healthcare.
Robotics.
Cybersecurity.
Manufacturing.
DNA research.
The future is everything.
The future is knowledge.
Community.
Possibilities.
Hope.
It's about family. Having a career.
Reaching goals.
Finding your purpose.
Your passion.
Believing in yourself.
Davidson County Community College. The future is here.
Back for the bottom of the second, Wesley Buck, the lefty for HPT, back on the mound for his second inning of work. Faced 4 in the bottom of the first. Retired 3 of them on 15 pitches and stranded Monteith in scoring position at second. That inning highlighted by the leather flashing from Justin Johnson on a diving play at short to prevent a line drive off the bat of the first baseman, Mason Landers, from squeaking into left field. He almost got the double play. It didn't end up mattering because Crenshaw popped up to the catcher Sutton in foul territory to end the inning. Sun was behind a cloud for a second. Now it's starting to peek out again. It's inching closer to the tree line down the first base line. So for a while there, the field was covered in shade. Now some shadows again creeping in. Should dip fully behind those trees a little past 8 o'clock. And the first pitch from the lefty Buck is at the knees for strike 1 to start the shortstop, Andrew Chufo. 0-1 the count. Chufo bats from the right side. Buck comes set at the chest. The lefty starter from the stretch delivers. That one laced into shallow left field, and Justin Johnson is there. Came in and jammed the shortstop, and so he weakly blooped it out into the outfield grass, and Justin Johnson runs a good 10 steps and jumps and makes the play. That one not quite as difficult on the difficulty rating, but still JJ makes it look plenty easy over there at shortstop. One away on 2 pitches. That brings up the right fielder, Scott Bandura, from the left side. First pitch to him bounces in the dirt for ball 1. Bandura, the freshman out of Princeton, grew up in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, went to Springside Chestnut Hill Academy. Want to know the count? He's out in right tonight. And the second offering from the lefty, Wesley Buck, bounces again just behind the plate, quickly 2-0 the count. Next pitch will be the 20th for the lefty starter. Velocity is seen there. He's been sitting about 88 miles per hour right now with the fastball. He delivers a 2-0, and that one found the inside corner. It's 2-1. Fans behind home plate didn't agree with the call. Wind now steadily blowing out towards center field. Lefty Buck comes set and delivered. That one laced over the head of the second baseman Suarez. Yelton to field it in the left center gap, and he throws it in quickly, and he holds Bandura to a 1-out single. First hit of the night for the Sharks off the starter Wesley Buck comes from the right fielder Scott Bandura. Makes up a little bit for the missed play in the top half of the inning when he didn't call off his second baseman, and Mendolia dropped it out in medium depth right field. So 1 on, 1 away. That brings up Mendolia. He bats from the right side. AJ, a sophomore out of Central Arkansas, grew up in Fort Worth, Texas, home of the TCU Horned Frogs, and the first pitch is a breaking ball in the dirt. Hitting .233 on the season, leads the team in a couple categories, including games played, ABs, runs, and walks. 20 games played, 73 at-bats, 15 runs scored, and 17 walks on the season. Want to know the count? To the starting second baseman for Wilmington. He checks his swing and another pitch in the dirt. Didn't go around. It's quickly 2-0 again. So Buck behind Bandura and now behind Mendolia. Scott Bandura over at first. Doesn't have a stolen base on the year. The lefty Buck looks over that way and delivers a pickoff attempt. Back standing is the right fielder. It's interesting, Buck just doesn't have a windup that he uses. He's consistently out of the stretch even with nobody on the base path, so he doesn't alter that approach with the runners on. He's looking over at the base runner and now delivers home. 2-0, misses outside. It's 3-0. Solid crowd in the stands behind home plate, where they call it the Shark Tank, and then they have some bleacher seating down the left field line and a good crowd on the first base concourse. 3-0 pitch. That one finds the outside corner. Mendolia had taken a couple steps across the plate, headed towards first base. He thought it was ball 4. Instead, he's back in the right-handed batter's box. 3-1 now the count. It was at the knees and on the outside corner, according to our home plate umpire. So a 3-1 count. Wesley Buck delivers, runner goes. That one fouled off the mask of the catcher Blake Sutton and into the backstop. Count run full now to AJ Mendolia. Mendolia hit .249 this season with Central Arkansas, played 53 games. Stands at 5'10", 190 from the right side. Was 0 for 4 last night in the 2-1 win for the Sharks over Holly Springs with a strikeout. Wesley Buck would love a strikeout here, or maybe even better, a ground ball to one of his middle infielders. 1 away, runner on first. 3-2 the count. Runner does not go, and that one bounced in front of the plate. So the second free pass allowed tonight by the starter Wesley Buck. Now 2 on and 1 away for the catcher, Chaz Bertolini. Bandura over to second. Now Mendolia on at first. Bertolini, another right-handed hitting Shark tonight. Redshirt junior out of Lipscomb, grew up in Alpharetta, Georgia, went to Johns Creek High School, stands at 5'7", 165. Played 45 games, starts in 39 of them for the Lipscomb Bison. Runner in scoring position, one of them, one on first. 2 base runners aboard, and strike one at the knees to Bertolini. Just 1 RBI on the season with the Sharks, a chance for the backstop tonight to add to that total. Base hit should score at least Bandura from second, as Buck spins around and looks back that way. Bertolini had 13 RBIs this season in 127 ABs, 26 hits with Lipscomb. Behind the count 0-1, and that one in the dirt, 1-1 the count. Good stop back there by Blake Sutton. Next pitch will be the 30th for Wesley Buck. His counterpart Rappa threw 2 scoreless with 35 pitches thrown. Just 1 away with 2 on here in the second. Wilmington threatening to get on the scoreboard first. HiToms have left 2 in scoring position already tonight. And that breaking ball up in the zone, swung on and missed by Bertolini. That one ran towards the outside corner with some arm side run from the lefty Buck. It had Bertolini fooled, and now he's behind 1-2. Whether strikeout or a ground ball would do the job for Wesley Buck for now. His offering upstairs again with the off speed. Evens the count at 2-2. Now's the pitch you want to challenge with if you're Wesley Buck. Don't want to risk running the count full with 2 on, already 2 walks in the first 2 frames of work. Starting to cool off a little bit here in Wilmington, North Carolina. And the 2-2 pitch misses low, 3-2 the count. That one was a fastball at 89, but Buck tugged it low, and so it's now another full count to a Sharks hitter. Buck in danger of walking the bases full. We'll see if the runners take off here on the 3-2. Buck comes set, and he spins around back towards second to check on Bandura. Not wanting the base runners for Wilmington to get a head start here. Lefty comes set again on the bump. This time delivers home. Runners don't go. Chop to third. Could be 2, taken to third for 1. Over to first from Vargas. Scoop it first by Wiesner. And Wesley Buck is out of the second scoreless. Jose Vargas showing off the defensive skills at the hot corner. He took it to the bag for 1 and fired on to first for a twin killing to end the bottom of the second. Wilmington leaves 1 on the base pass, and we're scoreless through 2. You're listening to HiTom Baseball on HiTom Radio.
So at Sheets, we really exist to make people's lives easier every day. In this moment, we have a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to connect with some of our lucky fans to help make their dreams come true.
How are you? I'm Ryan Sheets.
Here's a brand new truck for you, man. A once-in-a-lifetime dream vacation to Turks and Caicos.
Have you ever been there?
I've never been anywhere.
A check for $25,000.
This is a testament to why everybody should be a Sheets freak.
Hey everyone, Andrew Selliver here. Bring your group outing to Finch Field to watch the HiToms play all summer long. For groups of 12 or more, we have 3 different group rates. For $6 per person, you can get general admission tickets. At $9, we provide a meal package of a hot dog, chips, and a drink in addition to the GA ticket. And finally, for $15 a person, you get our all-you-can-eat ticket package. For more information on group tickets, visit our website at HiToms.com or email Zach at HiToms.com for more information. Back for the top of the third, Andrew Selliver with you on HiTom Radio, and back for his third inning of work on the bump for Wilmington is the starter, Gabe Rappa. Both Rappa and Buck threw 2 scoreless. 1 hit for each team. 1 error so far for Wilmington to the 0 for the HiToms. Don't want to jinx it, but the HiToms have been fielding at the best clip in the CPL so far, above 980 on the season. Already seen 1 diving play at short by Justin Johnson tonight. We saw a beautiful play at third last night by Jarrett Brown, who gets the night off tonight. Jumping up a good couple feet off the ground to snag it at the hot corner. 9-1 and 2 up for HPT, beginning with A.J. Roush. Out of the wind, the first pitch on the outside corner, swung on and missed. A.J. came on last night to play defense after Brandon Stallman pinch hit for Colin Smith. He was out and right. He's there again tonight, and he swings and misses at that pitch below the zone, quickly 0-2. He then did get to come up to the plate, where he struck out swinging. Was fooled by the 78-mile-per-hour off speed. The wind in the 0-2, swing and a miss. So quickly down swinging on 3 pitches is A.J. Roush. That's 6 Ks now through 2 1/3 innings worked by Gabe Rappa, and it turns the lineup over to Jose Vargas. Vargas 1 for 1 on the day. He has the 1 HiTom hit back in the top of the first. He led off the game with a screamer just off the outstretched glove of the second baseman, Mendolia. He shows bunt and lays it down back to the backstop. Couldn't quite get that one fair. It was a looping breaking ball at 72, and it came off the bottom of the barrel of the third baseman, Vargas. He ended the bottom of the second on a 5-3 double play. The wind and the 0-1 from Rappa. Lifted over the head of the first baseman and out into shallow right field, where it's fielded in the air by the second baseman, Mendolia. Pretty weakly hit into shallow right field, and the second baseman ranged out to the grass to make a running catch. So he couldn't quite keep Vargas off the base pass in the first, but he keeps him off the pass in the third. 2 up, 2 down, brings up Eli Wiesner. Wiesner struck out swinging. First K of the day, now up to 6 for Rappa. And Wiesner ahead in the count 1-0 after that one tailed off into the left-handed batter's box. The lefty delivers. That one roped off the glove of the diving shortstop, Chufo. Chufo tried to say what Justin Johnson can do, I can do as well. He just couldn't quite get the leather there. A very similar play, that one off the bat at 100. And Chufo laid out, just couldn't quite keep it from sneaking into shallow left field. So Wiesner aboard with the 2-out base knock. That brings up Justin Johnson. We'll see if they put Wiesner in motion. He's been thrown out a couple times on the path. 6 for 10 on stolen bases this year. Not going at the first pitch. And that's a breaking ball at the top of the zone for strike 1. Second hit of the night for the HiToms, up to 42 pitches on the night for the starter, Rappa. He's stranded 1 HiTom on the pass in each of the first 2, and he'll do it again here as that one's looped into medium depth left field. In on the play is the left fielder. It's Monteith there, and he makes the play. So the HiToms are retired on 4 batters in the third. Wiesner with the 2-out single. He's stranded at first, and we're scoreless through 2 1/2 here at Buck Hardy Field.
Here in High Point, North Carolina, we encourage everyone to make themselves at home here in High Point. We're known as the home furnishings capital of the world. We have banked our past, present, and future highly on this industry. We have lots of opportunities to entertain your family and children, so take advantage of our parks, our cultural events and activities, as well as some of our seasonal attractions. High Point has a variety of entertainment to suit your needs. Whether you're looking for the newest craft brewery here in town or some live music, come to High Point. We've got what you need. We here at High Point welcome you to make yourself at home.
Novant Health offers unrivaled care for every woman at every age, stage, and walk of life. We know that the care you need today might not be the same care you need tomorrow, and we're proud to offer expert services that are as diverse and multifaceted as you are. So whether you're having a baby, battling cancer, or boosting your overall wellness, you can count on Novant Health to get you back to the things you love faster. Discover care that always puts you first at novanthealth.org/everywoman.
Bottom of the third between the HiToms and the Sharks, still scoreless. Wesley Buck back on the bum for his third inning of work. Gabe Rappa threw 3 scoreless. Bit of a correction. It's actually Bandura out and left who made that snag to end the top half of the inning. Monteith actually in right field for the Sharks. It's going to be the center fielder Bridges who's up to start the bottom of the third for Wilmington. Noah Bridges, a senior out of UNC Wilmington, grew up in North Carolina, 4 Oaks, North Carolina to be exact. Went to South Johnston High School, and he's in from the left side, stands at 6'2", 180. First pitch out of the hand of Wesley Buck, misses outside for ball 1. 33 pitches through the first 2 for Wesley Buck. Had some trouble with the command, 2 walks already, as that one is just off the outside corner again, this time up in the zone. 2-0 the count to start the 9-hole hitter. Noah Bridges was 0 for 2 last night with 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, and a stolen base. Ahead in the count, 2-0. And that one misses again, low and away. So quickly 3-0 to start the 9-hole hitter. Bridges here in the bottom of the third. He seemed destined to go to UNCW after both his parents went and all 4 of his grandparents attended UNC Wilmington. His brother Zach also played baseball for the Seahawks. 3-0 pitch, just below the knees for ball 4. So the third walk issued by Wesley Buck. It's a leadoff walk this time. First time the leadoff hitter has been aboard for the Sharks, and that turns the lineup over to the third baseman, Tabor Mongero. Mongero grounded out to second to start the bottom of the first inning. He was born right here in Wilmington, North Carolina, but moved to St. Simon's Island down in Georgia. Went to North Hall. Helped the Trojans to a 3A state title in GHSA his senior year. First pitch from the lefty Buck is on the outside corner, 0-1 the count. Was selected as Georgia's State Player of the Year that season. Member of the top 100 players in Georgia as well. Region Hitter of the Year, 4-time All-Region selection with the Trojans. Breaking ball. At the knees, 0-2 the count. Next pitch will be the 40th for Wesley Buck. Tabor Mongero behind in the count, 0-2. He was also a 2-time All-State selection at shortstop. Over at the hot corner tonight for Wilmington. And the 0-2, way upstairs with the fastball. Good snag behind the plate by Sutton. That keeps Bridges over at first after his leadoff base on balls. 1-2 now the count to the leadoff hitter. Wilmington, just 1 hit so far, but also 3 free bases. 1-2 from Buck. Breaking ball lifted out into deep center field. Sam Yelton ranging into the gap and left as he comes in a few steps now and makes the play. Paterno was there as well, but Sam Yelton called him off. And so Sam Yelton retires the first out in the third inning for the HiToms. That brings up the right fielder, Pat Monteith. Monteith was one of the 3 Sharks to walk so far tonight. He did so back in the first, got to second on a wild pitch, but was stranded there. Buck looks at the runner, bridges over at first, now comes home. Swing and a miss. Fastball at 88 with some arm side run to the outside corner. Pat Monteith, as we said, the sophomore from North Greenville, part of that D2 National Championship team that went 54-10 this season. 25-5 in the Conference of Carolinas. Runner takes off, breaking ball upstairs, throw down to second, not quite in time. Suarez was covering the bag, and the throw just couldn't quite beat the speedy Bridges. Wasn't a great pitch to throw on for Blake Sutton either, just a 78 mile per hour looper up and upstairs for ball one. 1-1 now the count to the right fielder Monteith. Buck spins around to second to check on the runner Bridges. That's the 10th stolen base for Noah Bridges. 10 of 11 on the season with the Sharks. That leads the team. He takes off for third, no throw. So make it 11 of 12 now for Noah Bridges. That one was at the knees with the fastball. 1-2 the count though to Monteith. One away here in the bottom of the third. Sharks just 90 feet away from taking the lead. Sac fly would do the job. The 1-2 pitch. A breaking ball on the outside corner. Monteith goes down looking. And Wesley Buck 1 out away from stranding yet another Shark. First strikeout of the day for the lefty starter. He's up to 45 pitches. And to get out of the jam, he'll have to retire Mason Landers. First time he was able to do that, more like Justin Johnson was able to do that when he flashed the leather laying out at short. First pitch misses low, 1-0 the count. Mason Landers, sophomore out of Belmont. Batting .236 in 15 games played for the Sharks. That one runs outside, 2-0 the count. He's over at first tonight. Went to Shelbyville Central High School in Shelbyville, North Carolina, where he was a Mr. Baseball nominee in the state. Region MVP and Region Player of the Year, received all-state honors, 3-time all-district selection. And ahead now 3-0 as that one again misses low. He had a walk-off to send Shelbyville Central to the district championship game, a walk-off home run that is. Said that's one of his favorite baseball memories. Ahead 3-0, we'll see if they give him the green light. Fastball down the middle, he was not swinging. So Buck battles back with a strike. Now 3-1 the count to the right-handed hitting first baseman tonight for Wilmington. He was 1 for 4 last night. He has 7 ribbies, hoping to make it 8 here. The 3-1 pitch misses low and will take his free base. They're at the corners now for the cleanup hitter, Wyatt Crenshaw.
Game day with a taste of Louisiana. Visit Walk-On Sports Bistro.
4 walks now for Wesley Buck through 2 2/3. That'll draw DJ Russ out to the bump. Nobody warming up for the HiToms in the bullpen. So he'll likely be staying in this game to face the designated hitter Crenshaw. Whole infield converges on the bump. The sun now going down behind the trees down the right field line. Wind still gently blowing out here at Buck Hardy Field. With it blowing in, it's pretty tough to leave the yard here, but with it blowing out, you could see a ball exit. We've seen a couple round trippers in the past couple of days for the HiToms hitters. Wyatt Crenshaw, the man who's coming up, does not have a home run on the season. He did hit 16 home runs with Colorado Christian, though, this year. in 49 games played. So he has the pop. He has 10 RBIs and leads the team in hits with 19 of them. Still looking for his first home run with the Sharks, though. Runners at the corners, 2 away. Both reached on walks. First pitch swung on and fouled back. 0-1 the count to the DH. Bridges over at third. He walked and then stole both second and third. And then Landers at first, the most recent Shark to draw a base on balls and 4th of the night. Just 1 hit allowed, but 4 walks for the starter Wesley Buck. From the stretch, he delivers. That one grounded to Justin Johnson at short. He throws the long way across the diamond, up the line, and safe at first. It's an error on Justin Johnson. It allows the runner Bridges to score from third, and Wilmington has a 1-0 lead. JJ could have flipped on to Suarez at second. Instead, he went the long way across the diamond and threw it up the first base line, and Wiesner couldn't quite apply a tag on the hustling Crenshaw. So now Landers at second, Crenshaw at first, Bridges home to score the first run of the game for Wilmington. Sharks up 1-0. That brings up the shortstop, Andrew Chufo. He lined out to short back in the second when he led off. Buck comes home with the first pitch. It's a breaking ball on the outside corner for strike 1. Next pitch will be the 20th in the inning for the lefty Wesley Buck. It's going to be an unearned run because of the error on the shortstop, Justin Johnson. 0-1 pitch, swung on and missed with a fastball on the outside corner. Quickly 0-2. One came in at 87 miles per hour from the lefty freshman. So Justin Johnson bailed out his pitcher back in the first, couldn't help him out to get out of the third. 1-0 the score, 0-2 pitch, lifted out into shallow center field. That one's going back and off the glove of J.D. Suarez. It falls in shallow center. He throws back onto Justin Johnson at short, and another run is home. That time that'll be the second hit of the day for Wilmington. It was a tough play, no shot for Yelton to come in and get it. Suarez went out from second and just off the edge of his glove as he had a diving effort. They're still at the corners for Wilmington now. Landers is home to score. Crenshaw over to third now. It's an RBI single off the bat of Chufo. All of these runs gonna be unearned. Chufo picks up his 12th RBI on the season with Wilmington. He leads the team in that category, and now it's Scott Bandura, still 2 away. Runners at first and third. First pitch from Buck is just below the knees for ball 1. Scott Bandura, he singled back in the second, first hit of the game for Wilmington. Breaking ball in the dirt low. No advancement from the runner Chufo at first. 2-0 the count. Left on left matchup. Wesley Buck trying to strand a couple here in the third. Damage already done, 2 runs in. Chance for more for Wilmington. Buck comes set on the bump. Looks back at the runner at first. And he comes home. That one lined out into the left field gap. That one's in between Yelton and Paterno. Will score at least one. It gets all the way to the wall. Rounding around third and coming home to score without a throw is Chufo. It's a bases clearing 2 RBI double off the bat of Bandura. And it's a 4-0 lead for the Sharks. What could have been, with Justin Johnson making an error at short on a ball hit to him off the bat of Crenshaw, could have gotten out of the inning scoreless. Instead, it's now 4 Sharks across to score, and it's Mendolia up at the plate from the right side, the 8th batter in the inning for Wilmington. Still a runner at scoring position is Bandura off the double. Buck still on the mound for the HiToms. He looks back at the runner and delivers home. That one on the outside corner with the fastball, 0-1 the count. Mendolia walked back in the second, was left at first. Pitch count quickly approaching 60 here in the third for the lefty starter. Buck spins around and checks on the runner, Bandura at second. In 53 games played with Central Arkansas in his sophomore year, Mendolia hit .249, 16 ribbies. Chance for one here with the base hit. Looping breaking ball on the outside corner, 0-2 the count though. HiTom's defense has not let them down much this year, but 4 unearned runs coming across in the third at the moment. Could be 5 with another base hit. Buck comes set on the bump. Looks at the runner at second and spins around, no throw though. A.J. Mendolia leads this team in runs scored. Now he's at the plate trying to bring a run home in the form of Bandura and extend the lead to 5. 0-2 the count. The pitch comes home. It gets away from the catcher Sutton up the third base line, and advancing another 90 feet is the runner Bandura. Bender in the dirt, blocked out in front by the catcher Sutton, but it bounced away down the third base line, and it was a free 90 feet without a throw for Bandura on the wild pitch. So now 1-2 the count for Mendolia. Buck comes home, and it's grounded over to first. Wiesner takes it, and he's going to try and take it to the bag himself. He slides in and is there in just the nick of time. He went to flip to Buck, realized Buck wouldn't be there in time, so he sprints over to the bag and beats Mendolia in a foot race. That retires the side, leaves one in scoring position, but not before Wilmington takes the first lead of the game. They're up 4-0 as we head to the fourth. You're listening to HiTom Baseball on HiTom Radio.
Thank you for coming to my press conference. Don't worry, I just sprained my ankle. Novant Health said I'll be back in no time.
Hey, honey, your wife here. Can you still coach Little League?
Yes, I can.
Dad, excuse me. What about our father-daughter dance?
I wouldn't miss it.
And what about cleaning the gutters?
No further comment.
With locations throughout the area, online scheduling, and same-day appointments, Novant Health can help you get back in the game fast. Visit novanthealth.org/rapid recovery. Novant Health, making healthcare remarkable.
The future is now.
The future is you.
The future is here.
It's computers.
It's healthcare.
Robotics.
Cybersecurity. Manufacturing.
DNA research.
The future is everything.
The future is knowledge.
Community.
Possibilities.
Hope.
It's about family. Having a career.
Reaching goals.
Finding your purpose.
Your passion.
Believing in yourself.
Davidson County Community College. The future is here.
Your first HiToms baseball game, sweetie.
I'm ready.
Now, our player over there is called the pitcher.
Right. He simplified his delivery mechanics in the offseason, so hold on to your Pepsi. His fastball's a beast.
Speaking of Pepsi, want one?
Yes, Pepsi's nuanced flavor profile is ideal for HiToms baseball.
Honey, when I said you had to do your homework before the game, I meant your real homework.
Noted for next time.
Pepsi and HiToms baseball. Game on.
Top of the fourth, HiToms down 4-0. 4, 5, and 6 due up with Mitch Smith leading it off from the right side. The designated hitter tonight has played already at the hot corner over at first and caught a game for the HiToms. First pitch to him, a bender way up and away from the starter Rappa. 1-0 the count to Mitch Smith to start the fourth. Rappa on for his fourth inning of work, threw 3 scoreless in 45 pitches, and his 1-0 tails off the outside corner, 2-0. Rappa not a guy with a ton of velocity, but the stuff's been working so far tonight, just giving up 2 hits stranded 3 HiToms on the base pass. That's going to be the third hit, though, as Mitch Smith loops it the other way over the head of the first baseman Landers and into shallow right field. Leadoff single off the bat of the DH Mitch Smith. He's aboard, and now it's the left fielder Vito Paterno. Three hits now in the fourth for HPT. No runs on those 3 hits. 1 error, and it was a costly one, and 3 men left on base. That 1 error led to all 4 Wilmington runs back in the bottom of the third. Lefty Rappa delivers from the stretch. First pitch at the knees for strike 1 to Vito Paterno. Vito reached on a 2-base error back to lead off the second and was stranded in scoring position. He lifted one over the head of the second baseman Mendolia, who went out and tried to make a sliding play but couldn't do so. This time he fouls one back to the netting, quickly 0-2. Defense playing straight up infield at double play depth with Mitch Smith on at first and an 0-2 count to the left fielder Vito Paterno. Vito hitting .217 so far with the HiToms, and the 0-2 pitch. Lifted into shallow center field. Coming on his Bridges. Going back is the shortstop Chufo, and he's there to make the play. It was going to be a tough play for the outfield, so Chufo ran back from short and made a running grab. Vito Paterno retired for the first out in the fourth. That brings up the catcher Blake Sutton. Sutton bats from the left side. Still a runner at first in Mitch Smith with 1 away. Blake hitting .188 on the year with 1 home run. That one came at Martinsville, and he takes strike 1 with the slider on the inner half. Sun now fully set behind the trees down the right field line. Wind now blowing a bit in and mostly left to right. That pitch in at the knees, strike 2. Rappa continues to pound the strike zone. After getting behind to Mitch Smith and allowing a leadoff single, he's now ahead 0-2 to Blake Sutton after being ahead 0-2 to Vito Paterno. The lefty from the stretch delivers home. Breaking ball fouled off down the third base line. We'll do the 0-2 again. Tough pitch there at 76 that tailed away from the lefty Blake Sutton. But he'll live to see another one. Blake started 50 of the 52 games he played behind the plate with High Point this year in his redshirt sophomore year, where he batted .250. 27 ribbies, 10 doubles. And he skies that one in on the infield. It's going to be the pitcher Rappa who comes in 5 steps off his mound and feels the pop-up for the second out. So after a leadoff single, back-to-back pop-ups by the 5 and 6 hole hitters for the HiToms brings up J.D. Suarez. Suarez was 0 for 1 last night in the 8-5 win. HiToms got back to 500, hoping to get above 500 tonight, but they've got work to do. Down 4-0 in the top of the fourth to Wilmington. Runner goes, first pitch upstairs, and into second is Mitch Smith. He easily stakes that bag. Throw was a good 2 steps late at second, and a 1-0 count to J.D. Suarez. HiToms continue their aggressive work on the base paths. After it was Wilmington who was aggressive on the base paths in the bottom of the third, 2 stolen bases, both by the center fielder Bridges. 1-0 pitch, a breaking ball at the top of the zone, evens the count at 1-1. J.D. Suarez comes into the night hitting .348 for the HiToms in 13 games played. He has 1 RBI, that being on a home run. Base hit here should score Mitch Smith from second. 1-1 pitch. Just misses low, 2-1 the count. Breaking ball low and away from the lefty Rappa. He's done a great job of mixing the pitch selection tonight. Hasn't stuck a lot with the fastball. He's used a lot of changeup and curveball so far. He looks in for the sign from his catcher, Bertolini, behind in the count 2-1. Looks back at the runner at second and delivers from the stretch. That one grounded foul just past the first base bag. Evens the count at 2-2 now to J.D. Suarez, who has 8 hits on the year. Just one of them for extra bases, and it was one that left the yard, and that was his one ribby. 5 walks to 4 strikeouts for the right-handed hitting infielder. Over at second tonight, can also play short. The 2-2 pitch on the way. Lifted, foul down the first base line. Going over is Landers, and he makes a basket catch. Over in foul territory, the first baseman for Wilmington reels it in, and the HiToms leave yet another base runner in scoring position. It's still 4-0 Wilmington as we head to the bottom of the 4th here on HiTom Radio.
Here in High Point, North Carolina, we encourage everyone to make themselves at home. Here in High Point, we're known as the home furnishings capital of the world. We have banked our past, present, and future highly on this industry. We have lots of opportunities to entertain your family and children, so take advantage of our parks, our cultural events and activities, as well as some of our seasonal attractions. High Point has a variety of entertainment to suit your needs. Whether you're looking for the newest craft brewery here in town or some live music, come to High Point. We've got what you need. We here at High Point welcome you to make yourself at home.
Novant Health offers unrivaled care for every woman at every age, stage, and walk of life. We know that the care you need today might not be the same care you need tomorrow, and we're proud to offer expert services that are as diverse and multifaceted as you are. So whether you're having a baby, battling cancer, or boosting your overall wellness, you can count on Novant Health to get you back to the things you love faster. Discover care that always puts you first at novanthealth.org/everywoman.
Back here for the bottom of the 4th from Buck Hardy Field. New pitcher on the bump in relief of Wesley Buck is Avery Kane. And we'll run you through your first CPL scoreboard update of the night. Florence in front of Lexington County 9-2 in the first of 2 tonight from Carolina Bank Field. Peninsula up 2-1 on the Marlins. Holly Springs up 3-1 on Ashboro in the bottom of the 5th. It's 2-2 between the Bacon and the Bananas in the top of the 5th. Tri-City up 4-2 on the first place Tobbs in the bottom of the 3rd as the Chili Peppers look to bounce back into first place in the East where they started off the year. They're 2 games back of Wilson at the moment in 3rd. Wilmington, of course, up 4-0 here at home on the HiToms, and it's 0-0 in the bottom of the 5th between the Mustangs and the Owls. Game 2 scheduled for 8:30 between the Blowfish and the Flamingos there in the bottom of the 6th. That one will be closer to 9 tonight. First pitch from the new pitcher, Avery Kane, bounces in front of the plate as it's 8-9-1 due up for Wilmington here in the bottom of the 4th. Wesley Buck's day is done. He goes 3 innings pitched, 60 pitches thrown. He faces 16 batters, strikes out just 1 of them, allows 4 walks and 3 hits. 4 runs, all 4 unearned. 2-0 now the count to Bertolini. One wild pitch as well tonight for the lefty Wesley Buck. Could have been 3 scoreless, but instead it's 4 runs allowed. That one again misses low from Avery Kane. 3-0 now the count to the backstop Bertolini. Avery Kane, a righty at 5'10", 185. Redshirt junior out of NCA&T. Comes set and delivers, and that one misses upstairs with the fastball. So Kane in out of the bullpen and issues a 4-pitch walk to Bertolini to start the bottom of the 4th. Now we'll have to deal with the center fielder Bridges, who walked and stole 2 bases and came around to score. The the first run of the game in the bottom of the third. Originally attended Winston-Salem State University, then went to King University. Now at NCA&T is Avery Kane. Had Tommy John surgery, so he didn't play this year. Had a 12.60 ERA with King University in 2021 with an 0-3 record in 13 appearances and 15 innings thrown. First batter's on in a walk, and the first pitch thrown to the 9-hole hitter Bridges swung on and missed. Kane lives in the mid-80s with the fastball. That's all he's thrown so far to start the inning. Finally located it there for strike one. And that one at the knees again with the fastball for strike two. Bertolini not much of a threat to steal over at first. Bridges, the batter at the plate, obviously is. He leads the team, and he's now 11 of 12 with 2 in the third. 0-2. Line back into the netting behind home plate. 0-2 remains the count. Bridges is interesting. As I said, he plays at UNC Wilmington, finished his senior year with the worst average in his 5 years with the Seahawks at just 180, but he did reach base at a 331 clip and slugged at 340. Back in his sophomore year in 2020, he tied the school record with games played at 63. He skies that one out towards deep center field. Going back is Yelton, and he now comes in a few steps at medium depth and fields it for the first out. That one was hit a good ways off the bat of Noah Bridges, but it ends up just a routine fly out to center field going 3-0-3 off the bat, and that turns the lineup over with 1 on and 1 away. So now it's Tabor Mongero up for the third time tonight. He's 0 for 2 with a fly out and a ground out. The junior out of UNC Wilmington. Couple Seahawks on this roster, of course, to be expected. And the first pitch just misses outside 1-0. Avery Kane looks in and gets the sign from his catcher, Blake Sutton. He comes set at the belt buckle. Runner held on at first, and he delivers. That one laced over the head of the second baseman Suarez into shallow right center field. Bobbled out at the track by Yelton. It gets all the way to the wall. Getting the wave around third is Bertolini. He's in to score, and sliding in without a throw at third is the leadoff hitter Mongero with an RBI triple. That one was hit over the head of J.D. Suarez, and it ended up getting fumbled all the way to the right center wall, allowing the catcher Bertolini to come to score from first. And all the way in at third is Mongero, and that brings up Monteith. From the right side, right on right, that one hops to the backstop, staying put. At third is Mongero. It's a brick wall backstop, and that one bounced all the way back into fair play where Sutton had to run it down. So the fourth hit of the night off the bat of the third baseman Mongero, his first. He comes up with an RBI. Wilmington up 5-0, threatening for more in the fourth with just 1 away. 1-0 now the count to the right fielder Monteith. 11 pitches into the outing for Avery Kane, who comes set. Righty gets the sign, and he delivers from the stretch. A breaking ball that missed. It's a 2-0 count. Pat Monteith still looking for his first hit as a Shark. Drew his third walk in the first inning. And he's threatening to do so again here in the fourth. Ahead now 3-0 in the count. Leadoff 4-pitch walk to Bridges came around, leadoff walk and 4 pitches to Bertolini came around to score to start the inning. Avery Kane delivers from the stretch. That one finds the heart of the zone. No swing from Monteith, now 3-1. He's just played in 2 games. This is third. Coming into the night with 4 ABs. It's now 5 with a strikeout looking in the third. 2 runs, 2 walks, a hit by pitch, and now 2 strikeouts. Avery Kane delivers the 3-1. That one misses just outside. And a 5-pitch walk to the right fielder puts runners at the corners with one away for the first baseman Mason Landers. Pitching staff for the HiToms has struggled so far tonight. That's the 6th walk now in just the 4th inning. 4 from the starter Buck, now 2 from the reliever Avery Kane, and he just has 1 out here in the 4th inning. First baseman Lander steps in for a right-on-right matchup. Sophomore out of Belmont, where he hit .213. Runner goes to second, cut off by the shortstop Suarez. He throws over the head of Sutton to the backstop. Advancing to third is the runner Monteith. Throw in there, and he is tagged out. So the HiToms end up with an out, but it should have been an out at home plate. Suarez cut it off in front of the second base bag, had plenty of time to throw out Mongero at the plate as he came home, but he overthrew his catcher. 6-0 Wilmington, now nobody on base and 2 away. Ends up being a stolen base to second for Monteith and a caught stealing at third for the second out. Mongero steals the base at home. But really a play the HiToms should have retired the third baseman, as that one's laced into left field. Going over to is Paterno near the wall, and that one lands a couple feet out of play over the fencing. So 1-1 now the count to Landers. We saw a similar thing that the HiToms struggled with last night with runners on the corners. The Mustangs just purposefully gotten a rundown in between first and second to allow the run to score. And twice it worked. Once the HiToms didn't get any outs. The second time they just tagged the runner out in between first and second. This a little bit different as the runner just straight stole for second in Monteith. They cut it off and threw home and should have had the out there. Instead they get Monteith trying to take an extra bag at third. This one skied to the right side. And that one, again, will get out of play into the first base concourse this time. 1-2 the count. 20 pitches now for Avery Kane. As Mason Landers behind in the count, 1-2. Now 2 away, nobody on. And the Sharks up 6-0. 6 runs, all 6 by different batters for the Sharks who have come around to score. 4 of them on RBIs. And the breaking ball misses way upstairs, count even at 2-2. It was Mongero and Bertolini in this inning who came around to score. Bertolini was walked, Mongero tripled, and then Bridges, Chufo, Crenshaw, and Landers all scored in the third. The 2-2 offering nearly came in and hit the batter. Landers from the right side runs the count full. Mason Landers, 5 walks already on the year coming into the night with the Sharks. Had one in the third, came around to score, also lined out to short in the first. 3-2 the count. Avery Kane delivers, and that one's fouled off to the backstop. Fastball on the outside corner. Landers couldn't do much with it, but he got a piece to stay alive. Mason Landers, 12 Ks to 8 walks this season with Belmont. 5 walks to 13 Ks so far with the Sharks in 15 games played. Full count, another offering from Kane, this time chopped up the middle. Should be a good play for Justin Johnson. He ranges to his left and throws on to first. This time he finds his first baseman Wiesner to retire the side. Again, the Sharks come across to score, this time with 2 in the fourth, extending the lead to 6-0 through 4 on just 3 hits. Teams tied at hits in 3. But Wilmington up in the column where it counts 6-0 as we head to the 5th here on HiTom Radio.
Thank you for coming to my press conference. Don't worry, I just sprained my ankle. Novant Health said I'll be back in no time.
Hey, honey, your wife here. Can you still coach Little League?
Yes, I can.
Dad, excuse me. What about our father-daughter dance?
I wouldn't miss it.
And what about cleaning the gutters?
No further comment.
With locations throughout the area, online scheduling, and same-day appointments, Novant Health can help you get back in the game fast. Visit novanthealth.org/rapid recovery. Novant Health, making healthcare remarkable.
The future is now.
The future is you.
The future is here.
It's computers.
It's healthcare.
robotics,
cybersecurity,
manufacturing,
DNA research,
The future is everything.
the future is knowledge.
community,
Possibilities.
hope,
It's about family, having a career,
Reaching goals,
finding your purpose.
your passion.
believing in yourself.
Davidson County Community College. The future is here.
Your first HiToms baseball game, sweetie.
I'm ready.
Now, our player over there is called the pitcher.
Right. He simplified his delivery mechanics in the offseason, so hold on to your Pepsi. His fastball's a beast.
Speaking of Pepsi, want one?
Yes, Pepsi's nuanced flavor profile is ideal for HiToms baseball.
Honey, when I said you had to do your homework before the game, I meant your real homework.
Noted for next time.
Pepsi and HiToms Baseball. Game on.
Back for the top of the fifth between the HiToms and the Sharks. Sharks in front 6-0, looking to even up the season series at 1 apiece after the HiToms won 5-4 in the first game of the year. HiToms come into the night at 10-10. Sharks enter the game at 8-13. 2-8 in the last 10, but they did get a win last night, 2-1 over the Salamanders, snapping a 6-game losing streak. New pitcher on the mound is Bradley Wilson. Not for the HiToms, but instead for the Sharks. He's a 6'4", 200-pound redshirt freshman out of East Carolina. And he throws from the right side, wearing number 31. And this, I believe, will be his first appearance with Wilmington. Grew up in Lillington, North Carolina. Went to West Harnett High School. Pitched for the Pirates this year in 7 appearances, went 7 2/3 innings pitched, gave up 8 hits, 7 runs, 6 earned, 8 walks to 8 Ks with a 7.04 ERA. Longest appearance was his first one of the year, 3 innings pitched, 1 hit, no runs, 2 Ks, no walks against UNC. And his most recent was 2/3 of an inning on April 22nd against Tulane, where he walked 3, didn't give up a hit or a run, and had a strikeout. He faces 8-9-1 for HPT and gets Yelton to chop 1 foul for the first strike on the first pitch. Of course, East Carolina had such a great run this season, so nearly got to Omaha for the first time in school history under their head coach Cliff Godwin, who's done remarkable things with the Pirates. That one runs outside, 1-1 the count. Fell in Game 3 of the Super Regional that they got to host this year against the 9th-seeded Texas Longhorns. Had a chance to win Game 2 and blew a late lead, and then were demolished in Game number 3. That one runs inside, 2-1 now the count to Sam Yelton. Yelton struck out swinging, 1 of 6 Ks on the night for the starter Rappa, whose line is done. We'll get you that in just a second. The 2-1 pitch to Yelton. Swung on a miss, count even up at 2-2. So for Rappa, he goes 4 innings pitched. He faces 16 batters, just like Wesley Buck. He gives up no runs on just 3 hits, 1 error allowed by his defense. And he had 6 Ks, and there's a strikeout looking of Sam Yelton. 1 swinging and 1 looking tonight, as that one found the outside corner on a 2-2 pitch from the reliever Wilson, his first K of the night. And there's 1 away for the 9-hole hitter, A.J. Roush. So Rappa allowed a couple base runners, but ended up stranding 4 HiToms on the paths and not allowing a run. Didn't quite go 5, so he's not going to get the win tonight, but he did pitch well and sets up Wilmington in a great position to win 2 in a row. First pitch, breaking ball. Finds the outer half for strike 1 to A.J. Roush. He also a strikeout victim tonight of Gabe Rappa. That was the last strikeout Rappa delivered. And behind 0-2 now, swing and a miss from A.J. Roush. So Bradley Wilson looking to pick up just where the starter Rappa left off. And ahead 0-2 after a strikeout looking of Yelton, looking to get the first 2 HiToms in order here in the 5th. 0-2 runs inside, 1-2 now the count. AJ, of course, the redshirt freshman out of Ohio, grew up in Powell, Ohio. Hit .323 this season in 51 games played and started for the Bobcats, 198 ABs. Behind in the count 1-2, Wilson gets the sign from his catcher and delivers. That one bounces with the breaking ball, count even up at 2-2. Bradley Wilson, the righty out of ECU, another guy who doesn't really have a windup, just works out of the stretch almost the entire time. Pitcher up in both bullpens. It's a righty for the Sharks. And we'll work on getting the number for the HiTom. It looks like a righty as well in HPT's bullpen. Both the batter and the pitcher taking a second to regroup. 2-2 the count between Bradley Wilson and A.J. Roush. Coming set at the belt buckle is Wilson, and he delivers home, and that one misses low and inside. Roush got out of the way of it quickly. 10 pitches now in the frame for Bradley Wilson, the reliever, and the count run full. Paxton Myers, the freshman out of Brown, the righty up in the pen for Wilmington, and the 3-2 pitch. Swung on and foul tipped at the plate. We'll do it again. Roush got behind quickly 0-2, and now he's worked it back to a full count. Clay Edmondson up in the pen for the HiToms. You'll likely see him on in the 5th. Avery Kane went 1 inning and allowed 2 runs. He could still come out. And another 3-2 pitch. That one misses low. So a good AB at the bottom of the order for A.J. Roush. He earns a walk. Just the first walk issued by the pitchers for Wilmington tonight. So a strikeout looking of Yelton and a walk from Roush flips the lineup over for Jose Vargas with 1 away in the top of the 5th. That's the other thing that Rappa did so well. He didn't give up any free passes as opposed to the HiToms pitchers who have allowed 6 walks already through 4 innings. 3 of those have already come home to score. First pitch to Jose Vargas, misses low, 1-0 the count. So after a strikeout of Yelton and getting ahead 0-2 on A.J. Roush, now several balls issued from the righty Bradley Wilson. Big guy stands at 6'4" on the bump. He comes set and delivers. Again, that one misses low, gets away from the catcher. Heading down to second is Roush. He's in there with a slide. Now he heads over to third. Ball gets to Bridges in center field. He won't even throw over to third. And so 2 bases for A.J. Roush. Throw down to second got away from the covering shortstop Chufo. 2-0 now the count to Jose Vargas as well. If he could reach, it'd be 2 on for the dangerous part of the lineup with Wiesner and Justin Johnson due up and on deck and in the hole. 2-0 pitch. That one finds the zone, 2-1 the count. Fastball at 91 from the righty Wilson. He's been consistently hanging around 91, 92 to start the relief effort. After 4 innings scoreless from the starter Rappa, that one chopped over to first. No throw home. That'll get the runner home, but now 2 away as the first baseman Landers takes it to the bag, 3 unassisted to retire Vargas. Vargas picks up an RBI as Roush comes home to score. HiToms are on the scoreboard at 6-1, and that brings up Eli Wiesner with nobody on and 2 away. Wind is going all sorts of ways tonight. Now it's coming back in towards home plate. We've seen it going out and going back in multiple times tonight. First pitch fouled off at the plate, 0-1 the count to Wiesner. Eli, of course, one of the big power bats in this lineup, 2 for 3 last night, leads the team in hits, tied for the team lead with Justin Johnson in home runs, and leads the team in RBIs. Count even up at 1-1 as that one runs low and away. Right-on-right matchup between Bradley Wilson and Eli Wiesner. Wiesner batting .390 coming into today. That's in the top 10 in the CPL. The righty Wilson comes set and delivers. He misses low, 2-1 the count. Next pitch will be the 20th in the 5th inning. First inning of work for the righty Bradley Wilson. That one swung on and missed. Count even up at 2-2. Wilson helped Western Harnett High School win over 40 wins in his career. That one lined sharply over to third. On one hop, it's fielded. Low throw scooped up by Landers. So 4 batters faced by Bradley Wilson. One comes home to score, and A.J. Roush on an RBI ground out off the bat of Jose Vargas. Eli Wiesner retired 5-3. HiToms on the board, but still trailing by 5. It's 6-1. We're halfway home between the HiToms and the Sharks here on HiTom Radio.
Here in High Point, North Carolina, we encourage everyone to make themselves at home. Here in High Point, we're known as the home furnishings capital of the world. We have banked our past, present, and future highly on this industry. We have lots of opportunities to entertain your family and children, so take advantage of our parks, our cultural events and activities, as well as some of our seasonal attractions. High Point has a variety of entertainment to suit your needs. Whether you're looking for the newest craft brewery here in town or some live music, come to High Point. We've got what you need. We here at High Point welcome you to make yourself at home.
Novant Health offers unrivaled care for every woman at every age, stage, and walk of life. We know that the care you need today might not be the same care you need tomorrow. And we're proud to offer expert services that are as diverse and multifaceted as you are. So whether you're having a baby, battling cancer, or boosting your overall wellness, you can count on Novant Health to get you back to the things you love faster. Discover care that always puts you first at novanthealth.org/everywoman.
Back for the bottom of the 5th. It's Clay Edmondson on for his first relief effort in a couple days. He's in relief of Avery Kane, who faced 5 batters in the 4th. Gave up 1 hit, walked 2, allowed 2 runs to come home to score through 24 pitches. Both of those runs earned, and he goes 1 inning pitched. So Avery Kane's night is done. Clay Edmondson on in relief. Clay Edmondson, the righty out of Guilford Tech. And he's going to have to face 4, 5, and 6 due up for the Sharks in the bottom of the 5th. Clay, of course, a guy that can go both ways, but more recently we've seen him on the bump for HPT. Just had 2 appearances with Guilford Tech this season with a .75 ERA. Want to know the record. Both starts, 12 innings pitched. And he's quickly ahead in the count, 0-1 to the designated hitter Crenshaw. Rather, 1-0 as that one just missed. He comes set. Another guy that doesn't really have a windup, and that one tails off the plate, 2-0 the count. Walks have just been a massive issue tonight for HPT. 6 of them through 4. You can't expect to win that way. Just 1 strikeout to 6 walks so far. 2-0 pitch. That one swung on and missed. Fastball at the knees. 2-1 the count. Crenshaw 0 for 2 today. He has a pop-up to the catcher Sutton, and he reached on the air by Justin Johnson in the 3rd. That one allowed 4 unearned runs to come home to score in the end of the inning. This one skied down the 3rd base line, tailing out of play. No shot for Vargas to be there as it lands in the bleachers down the line.
Don't have your day shattered. Call Nova Splice.
No walks to 4 Ks and 2 walks to 17 Ks for Edmondson in those 12 innings pitched, and 8 hits, 3 runs, 1 earned for the righty, facing 42 batters with a .190 opponent batting average this season with Guilford Tech. 2-2 now the count. The righty delivers. Chopped up the middle, charging in is Suarez at second. He fields and throws over to first to retire Crenshaw to start the inning. It was a tough play, and the second baseman Suarez had to charge in on the infield grass, and he had to quickly get rid of it over to Wiesner at first. But he retires Crenshaw, one away for the shortstop Chufo. HiToms 1 run on 3 hits, 1 error. Wilmington 6 runs, 3 hits, 2 errors. That fastball, rather off-speed, tails just off the plate. 1-0 the count to start Chufo. Edmondson did a good job of battling back in that first AB against Crenshaw after falling behind 2-0. He comes set and delivers. And that one again misses the zone. 2-0 the count. So back-to-back batters that Clay Edmondson has fallen behind here to start the bottom of the 5th. The righty delivers, and that one misses inside. 3-0 the count. Chufo 1 for 2. He had an RBI single in the 3rd, and he also lined out to short in the 2nd. Andrew Chufo out of Phillips Academy takes strike 1. So he originally attended Pachogue Medford High School, then transferred to Phillips Academy, where they won the 2018 Central New England Prep School Championship with a 20-2 record. 3-1 the count to him. Edmondson delivers. That one fouled off at the plate. Count run full. 10 pitches to start the inning for the righty Clay Edmondson. 1 away, nobody on, and he's in a full count battle with the shortstop Andrew Chufo. Chufo, the only batter for this Wilmington team that's batting above 300 coming into the day, with the average at 308. He's looking for another hit here. Full count offering from Clay Edmondson. Swung on and missed. He went with the breaking ball on the inside corner and fooled the Wilmington shortstop. 77-mile-per-hour curveball, and down on strikes for just the 2nd K of the night for the HiToms pitching staff. First one that's been swinging. They also got a backwards K on Monteith back in the 3rd. So 2 away quickly to start the 5th. That brings up the left fielder Bandura. He's 2 for 2 tonight with a double and a single. That's 2 of the hits tonight for the Sharks. That one fouled off at the plate. 0-1 the count. Another breaking ball at 77 from Edmondson. Scott Bandura led the conference in his senior year in stolen bases and runs at Springside Chestnut Hill Academy. Quickly behind 0-2 as that one lands on the outside corner. He was also a basketball captain there, and he played soccer too. A 3-sport athlete, won 2 state championships, both in soccer. Scott Bandura behind in the count 0-2. Offering from Edmondson, outside with the breaking ball 1-2. Scott Bandura also played for the Taney Little League team that made it all the way to the Little League World Series back as a kid. That was a team that included Monet Davis. They won the Pennsylvania and the Mid-Atlantic region titles in Little League. 1-2 offering. Swung on and foul-tipped into the glove of Sutton. We'll finish that story when we come back, but down on strikes is the left fielder Bandura. That's 1-2-3 for the first time tonight for HPT. It's still 6-1 Wilmington as we head to the 6th from Buck Hardy Field on HiTom Radio.
Thank you for coming to my press conference. Don't worry, I just sprained my ankle. Novant Health said I'll be back in no time.
Hey, honey, your wife here. Can you still coach Little League?
Yes, I can.
Dad,
Excuse me.
what about our father-daughter dance?
I wouldn't miss it.
And what about cleaning the gutters?
No further comment.
With locations throughout the area, online scheduling, and same-day appointments, Novant Health can help you get back in the game fast. Visit novanthealth.org/rapid recovery. Novant Health, making healthcare remarkable.
The future is now.
The future is you.
The future is here.
It's computers,
It's healthcare.
Robotics.
cybersecurity,
manufacturing,
DNA research.
The future is everything.
The future is knowledge.
Community.
Possibilities.
Hope.
It's about family. Having a career.
Reaching goals.
Finding your purpose.
Your passion.
Believing in yourself.
Davidson County Community College. The future is here.
Back for the top of the sixth for the HiToms. It's 3-4-5. Justin Johnson, Mitch Smith, and Vito Paterno due up. Going to be facing a new pitcher as Bradley Wilson's night is done for Wilmington. He goes just the one inning in the fifth. He gives up one run, no hits allowed, one walk, one strikeout, and that one run coming off of A.J. Roush, who walked with one away, stole second, reached third on a throwing error, and came home to score on an RBI groundout from Jose Vargas. 21 pitches thrown and 4 batters faced, and the new reliever is the right-hander out of Seton Hill, Nash Bryan. Stands at 6'1", 195, senior from Butler, Pennsylvania. Went to Wheeling University prior to Seton Hill and went to Butler High School. Appeared in a plethora of games this season. Rather, back in 2021 is the last we have his stats from. 16 appearances, 1.29 the ERA with Seton Hill in 21 innings pitched. 7 saves. He was mainly in the closing role, no starts. 12 hits, 3 runs, all earned, 7 walks to 33 Ks. ERA much higher to start the year with the Sharks. For Nash Bryan, 7 appearances, 5 1/3 innings pitched, giving up 6 hits, 4 runs, all 4 earned, 2 walks, 7 Ks, and a 6.75 ERA. Justin Johnson steps in from the right side, and the righty Bryan from the windup gets set and delivers. That one misses low and away. First pitch to Justin Johnson is a ball. JJ 0 for 2 tonight with a strikeout swing and a flyout to left in the third. Pitching staff done a good job so far for the Sharks, stranding a lot of HiToms on the base paths, and that one misses inside for ball 2. Only run came across to score in the fifth as A.J. Roush walked, stole a base, reached third on an error, and came home to score on a ground-out RBI from Vargas. HiToms, that was their only walk so far on the night, 7 Ks. That one again misses low, in danger of walking another batter. Here is the pitching staff. And the reliever, Bryan, behind 3-0 in the first batter he's facing. Justin Johnson leads the team in walks with 14 coming into the night. 3-0 pitch on the way. That one way upstairs with the fastball. A 4-pitch walk to start the inning. So Justin Johnson is aboard to start the top of the sixth. We'll see if the HiToms can get a couple runs here and rally to come back against these Sharks. Trailing by 5 so far, just the second walk issued to HiToms batters in the game there to Justin Johnson to start the sixth. Brings up Mitch Smith. And for Mitch, he's got one of the 3 hits so far. It was a single back in the fourth. He also struck out back in the first when the starter Rappa went 3 straight swinging strikeouts to end the inning and strand Vargas in scoring position. First pitch to him. That one on the outside corner for strike 1. First time that the reliever now Bryan has found the zone after 4 straight balls to start Justin Johnson. So an 0-1 count now to Mitch Smith, designated hitter tonight for HPT. After getting the start in the field last night, that one chopped foul on a breaking ball, 0-2. Last night Smith was over at first, as Eli Wiesner was designated hitter. And tonight they just flopped spots. Still in the same spots in the lineup. 2 and 4. Last night it was Jarrett Brown in the 3-hole and Justin Johnson in the 1-hole. Tonight it's Vargas hitting first and JJ in the third spot. 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball way low and away. 1-2 now the count. Nash Bryan's most recent appearance was just last night where he went 2/3 of an inning. Faced 2 batters, didn't allow a base runner. 2-1 win last night for the Sharks, breaking a 6-game losing streak. 1-2, again low and away. 2-2 now the count. That was his first appearance in 5 days out of the pen. Longest appearance so far this season has been just 1 inning, and he's done that 4 times. Most recent 2 appearances, he's just gone 2/3 of an inning. The one before last night was against the Marlins, and he gave up 2 hits. Didn't give up a run, though. Runner on first, 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball, again low and away. And from 2-2, it goes all the way to a full count now to the cleanup hitter, Mitch Smith. Mitch, of course, a part of that UNCG team that has a crazy run to end the season, making it all the way to the Statesboro Regional before going 0-2. 3-2 the count to the DH for the HiToms. Brian delivers, and that one's fouled straight back to the netting. Gonna have to do another 3-2 pitch. Fastball at 88. Smith was on it, just couldn't quite square it up. That UNCG team had to play 6 games in 3 days to end the SoCon tournament and ended up beating Wofford 2 of 2 to end that one and clinching a automatic bid into the NCAA tournament. 3-2 still the count. The delivery, that one at the knees, strike 3 looking. Smith took off for first thinking it was ball 4. Instead, our home plate umpire tonight rings him up and sends him back to the visitor dugout for the first out in the 6th. First strikeout in relief for Brian, 8th overall for the Sharks pitchers. And now there's 1 away with 1 on for Vito Paterno. It was a fastball at 87 at the knees that locked up Mitch Smith. He thought it was ball 4, instead it was strike 3. From the stretch, the first pitch to Vito Paterno in the dirt for ball 1. Vito 0 for 2 tonight, reached base on a 2-base error in the 2nd, and then popped up to short to start the 4th, rather as the 2nd hitter in the 4th after a leadoff single from Mitch Smith. 3 runners left on the path, rather 4 left on the path so far for the HiToms, 3 of them in scoring position. 0-1, breaking ball on the outside corner, 1-1 the count. Vito comes into tonight hitting .217 with the team, 1 for 3 in stolen bases, 6 walks to 15 strikeouts, and that one outside. Justin Johnson caught him between first and second, throw down in plenty of time, and Justin Johnson is erased on the base paths. I think he was trying a delayed steal there from first, and the catcher Bertolini saw it all the way. Pump faked the throw to first, which sent JJ headed towards second, and then he beat him by a good 3 steps at second. 2-1 the count as that one missed the zone to Paterno, but now it's 2 away and nobody on for the HiToms. From the windup now, that one chopped over to short. That should do it. Chufo throws on to first, and it's a 1-2-3 inning of work for Nash Bryan in relief. HiToms struggling to get guys in from the base paths. Another base running blunder there, and they trail 6-1 as we head to the bottom of the 6th here on HiTom Radio.
So at Sheets, we really exist to make people's lives easier every day. In this moment, we have a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to connect with some of our lucky fans to help make their dreams come true.
How are you? I'm Ryan Sheets.
Here's a brand new truck for you, man. A once-in-a-lifetime dream vacation to Turks and Caicos. Have you ever been there?
No, I've never been anywhere.
A check for $25,000?
This is a testament to why everybody should be a Sheets freak.
Hey everyone, Andrew Selliver here. Bring your group outing to Finch Field to watch the HiToms play all summer long. For groups of 12 or more, we have 3 different group rates. For $6 per person, you can get general admission tickets. At $9, we provide a meal package of a hot dog, chips, and a drink in addition to the GA ticket. And finally, for $15 a person, you get our all-you-can-eat ticket package. For more information on group tickets, visit our website at HiToms.com or email Zach at HiToms.com for more information. Back for the bottom of the 6th, Clay Edmondson on for his 2nd inning of work after he went 1-2-3 for the first time for a HiToms pitcher tonight in the 5th. He's going to face the bottom of the order in Mendolia, Bertolini, and Bridges here in the 6th. Team's still knotted at 3 hits apiece. It could be a really close game if HPT had gotten out of that 3rd inning without the 4 unearned runs. Instead, it's a 6-1 lead for the Sharks at the moment. No substitutions for the HiToms right now. Edmondson stays in the game on the bump, and he'll have to deal first with the second baseman Mendolia, who's 0 for 1 tonight. He grounded out to end that 3rd inning when Wiesner took it to the bag and beat him in a first foot race. He also walked back in the 2nd. Walks just a massive part of the story tonight for HPT, 6 of them to just 3 Ks. And prior to the last inning, it was 6 walks to 1 K. Edmondson got 2 strikeouts to end the 5th inning, both swinging on Chufo and Bandura. And now he'll try and get Mandolia to swing and miss at a couple pitches to start here in the bottom of the 6th. Mandolia, 19 Ks to 17 walks for the Sharks this season. And the first pitch is a breaking ball in the zone for strike 1. Leads the team in walks, but also 19 Ks is a pretty lofty number as well. That one was just at 71 with a breaking ball. 0-1 pitch on the way from Edmondson. Another breaking ball, nasty pitch. Started in on the hitter Mendolia, found the inside corner 0-2. For a righty like Mendolia, that one looks like it's going to hit you at first, and then it breaks towards the strike zone. 0-2 the count. Smith set up away. That's where Edmondson goes, and he misses away with the same breaking ball. 1-2 the count. Middle infield back on the edge of the outfield grass. Corner infield playing straight up. 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. 3 strikeouts in 4 batters for Clay Edmondson. He's trying to keep hanging up zeros and give this HiToms offense a chance late to come back. First strikeout for Mendolia tonight. Now it's Bertolini, who was also not struck out tonight. He's 0 for 1 with a walk and grounded into a double play in the 2nd. Came around to score on that walk in the 4th. Edmondson comes set on the bump at the belt buckle. From the stretch he delivers. On the outside corner, strike 1. Edmondson struggled to find the command to start when he came out of the pen, and now it seems like he has everything working, commanding both the breaking ball and the fastball beautifully. 0-1 the count now to the catcher, and he comes set and delivers another bender that came back to the inside corner and was fouled off the hands, and back to the backstop 0-2. Edmondson kind of works out of that 3/4 action, and he has just so much glove side movement on the ball and can even send it back arm side. So much just horizontal break in general. A full 2 feet on that last pitch. It's tough to hit. Another 0-2 offering. It's the same inside breaking ball, and it's swung on and missed by Bertolini. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night from Clay Edmondson. 4 Ks and 5 batters faced. He's faced the first 5 and retired the first 5. And now it's the 9-hole hitter and center fielder Bridges, who's 0 for 1 as well. For Bridges, he's out in center field tonight. He walked, stole 2 bases, and came around to score on the RBI triple, I believe. No, on the error back in the 3rd, that's right. And then he also flew out to center in the 4th. He's ahead 1-0 as that one missed outside to the lefty from the righty Edmondson. First right on left matchup here in this frame. We'll see how Edmondson handles it. And that one again misses the zone. This time low, it's 2-0. Usually you would prefer as a righty to face right-handed batters. So this might be a bit more of a challenge with the left fielder Bridges up. 2-0 the count to him. And that one again misses, this time low and away, and it's a 3-0 count. Edmondson in danger of allowing his first base runner tonight via the free pass. 3-0 count to the 9-hole hitter Bridges, who already walked back in the third. Edmondson comes set and fires. Chopped over to the right side, fielded by Suarez at second. He throws on to first, and another 1-2-3 inning of work by Clay Edmondson. He needed just 11 pitches. It's still 6-1, back-to-back zeros for the righty in relief. HiToms looking for some runs as we head to the final three here on HiTom Radio.
Here in High Point, North Carolina, we encourage everyone to make themselves at home. Here in High Point, we're known as the home furnishings capital of the world. We have banked our past, present, and future highly on this industry. We have lots of opportunities to entertain your family and children, so take advantage of our parks, our cultural events and activities, as well as some of our seasonal attractions. High Point has a variety of entertainment to suit your needs. Whether you're looking for the newest craft brewery here in town or some live music, come to High Point. We've got what you need. We here at High Point welcome you to make yourself at home.
Novant Health offers unrivaled care for every woman at every age, stage, and walk of life. We know that the care you need today might not be the same care you need tomorrow, and we're proud to offer expert services that are as diverse and multifaceted as you are. So whether you're having a baby, battling cancer, or boosting your overall wellness, you can count on Novant Health to get you back to the things you love faster. Discover care that always puts you first at novanthealth.org/everywoman.
Back for the 7th inning on HiTom Radio. Andrew Selliver with you. And it's another new pitcher for Wilmington. This time, it's another Westchester product in the right-hander and sophomore, Joe Sperone. 6'3", 195 from the right side, from Broomall, Pennsylvania. Went to Cardinal O'Hara High School. Similar to the starter tonight in Rappa, a Westchester product, a team that made it all the way to the semifinals in the Division II National Championship. Good numbers this season for the righty. 8-2 the record in 16 appearances, 12 of those starts, 2 complete games, 72 innings pitched, with a 3.62 ERA, 75 hits, 33 runs, 29 earned, 16 walks to 56 strikeouts, and opponents hitting 270 off of the righty. So very solid numbers with Westchester. The first Westchester kid we faced tonight, or rather the HiToms faced tonight, was Gabe Rappa, and he went 4 scoreless. The HiToms need some runs here if they want to get back in it, trailing 6-1. That ends the day for the second reliever, and that second reliever was actually not Nash Bryan. It was actually Paxton Myers, the Brown freshman. Numbers tough to read on these jerseys for the Wilmington Sharks. They blend right in. Their blue numbers on a blue and purple beach-themed jersey with shark bites taken out of the numbers. So 46 and 44 look very similar. First pitch swinging on a ball in the dirt to the 6-hole hitter Blake Sutton, strike 1. Blake is 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a pop-up. Seems like almost everybody in this HiToms lineup has struck out at least once so far. And quickly down 0-2 on another swinging strike, this time at the knees. First appearance for the righty Joe Sperone as he comes set, winds and delivers an 0-2, and that one's chopped foul to the backstop. This pitching staff has been pretty solid so far this season for Wilmington, and that's something that their head coach Russ Burrows kind of prides himself on. Another 0-2 from the windup. Swung on and missed. That time, it was Joe Sperone going with an elevated fastball, and he got a swinging strikeout for the second time tonight of the backstop, Blake Sutton. First K for Sperone, the reliever, 9th K of a HiTom tonight, and that gets the first batter out in the 7th. That brings up J.D. Suarez from the right side. Right on right matchup, and the first pitch. Breaking ball, just misses outside, 1-0 the count. Thank you for joining us on this now beautiful evening after the sun is set. Just past 9 o'clock local time in Wilmington, North Carolina. Here on HiTom Radio. Another wind and delivery, that time a breaking ball over the heart of the zone, swung on and missed, count even at 1-1. It was close to 90 degrees when we started off here tonight. Now it's dropped below 80, it's at 78. Beautiful night for baseball. Pretty damp though. Humidity very high as that one misses in the dirt, 2-1 the count. Sperone has that fastball around 88 to 90 right now, facing the 7-hole hitter and second baseman J.D. Suarez. And behind now 3-1 as that one missed low and away with another fastball. Next pitch will be the 10th in the inning. First inning for Sperone out of the pen, and the 4th pitcher used by this Sharks team. Last night, the bullpen in 4 2/3 against the Salamanders only allowed 1 hit. And the whole staff only allowed 4 in a 2-1 win. And it's a 5-pitch walk issued to J.D. Suarez with 1 away as that one ran up around the eyes. Just the 3rd walk and the 3rd in as many innings for the Sharks pitchers. Just 1 extra base hit last night for the Sharks. They have a triple tonight as well. They struck out 11 times, and that's something that the Sharks team did not do so far tonight until Clay Edmondson came on. Through the first 4 innings, it was just 1 K. Now it's 4 more Ks in the last 2 innings, but a little late for this HiToms pitching staff who has already allowed 4 runs. Not all of its own doing, though. 4 of them unearned, and all 4 of those on Wesley Buck, and then 2 earned for Avery Kane. 1-0 the count as that one missed low and away to start Sam Yelton. He's 0 for 2 with 2 Ks tonight, 1 swinging, 1 looking. That's from the left side, right on left matchup. Sperone comes set at the belt buckle and delivers from the stretch, and that one finds the zone. Bertolini thought about a snapback throw to first to check on the runner Suarez, but then he couldn't get a handle on it, so he didn't throw down. Count even to J.D. Suarez, 1-1. He has one of the best averages on the team at just below 350. Rather, Sam Yelton now up as Suarez drew his 6th walk of the season. Yelton started off hot, and he stays hot here as he laces that one into right field for a single. Suarez stays put at second, and there's 2 on with 1 away for A.J. Roush. If Roush could get on base here, it'd be huge because it would flip the lineup over with 1 away. Runners on first and second now after Sam Yelton singled. He had seen that batting average drop below 200 to 163 after starting the season hot, but he gets a base hit there, his 8th on the year. Just the 4th hit of the night for the HiToms, but they lead in that column 4-3. HiToms pitchers have only given up 3 hits, but 6 runs. Walks, of course, the problem, and those 4 unearned in the 3rd also not helping. Just a quick meeting between the catcher Bertolini and also his relief pitcher Joe Sperone on the bump. Bertolini heads back to behind the plate, and now they're about ready to face A.J. Roush, who's 0 for 2 tonight, 0 for 2 with a walk and a strikeout swinging. 0 for 1, that is. 3rd time's the charm. He did score the 1 and only run so far on the night for the HiToms when he walked in the 5th. HiToms scored 1 run that inning on no hits, 1 error on the throw down to second. 2 on, 1 away, and faking a throwback to second is Sperone. So Joe Sperone on for his first inning as a pitcher for the Sharks, and that one misses just inside to A.J. Roush, 1-0 the count. After getting Sutton swinging, he walked Suarez, gave up a 1-1 single to right field for Sam Yelton, and now behind 1-0 on the 9-hole hitter Roush. Here comes the delivery. That one at the knees on the outside corner, count even at 1-1. This feels like the spot for the HiToms, down by 5 in the 7th. If Roush can reach, it'd be the top of the lineup, and that would be a chance to do some damage. Vargas, Wiesner, Johnson, and Smith at the top of that lineup. Those are the guys you want up with runners in scoring position. 1-1 pitch. Ripped out towards center field. Coming in is the center fielder Bridges. He has a beat on it, and will send both Suarez and Yelton back to second and first respectively. Big fly out to center there for Sperone off the bat of Roush. Turns the lineup over to Jose Vargas with 2 away and 2 on. Sperone looking to deal another scoreless inning for this Sharks pitching staff. Only run coming in the 5th on no hits, 1 error, and no men left on base that inning. And this one lifted into shallow left field. And back on the edge of the grass is the third baseman. Mongero fields it in the air, and on just 1 pitch, Vargas is retired. So the HiToms, with potentially their best chance to score tonight with 2 on and 1 away, can't get it done. They leave 2 on the base pass, and we head to the bottom of the 7th. It's time to stretch here at Buck Hardy Field. HiToms down 6-1 on HiTom Radio.
Thank you for coming to my press conference. Don't worry, I just sprained my ankle. Novant Health said I'll be back in no time.
Hey, honey, your wife here. Can you still coach Little League?
Yes, I can.
Dad,
Excuse me.
what about our father-daughter dance?
I wouldn't miss it.
And what about cleaning the gutters?
No further comment.
With locations throughout the area, online scheduling, and same-day appointments, Novant Health can help you get back in the game fast. Visit novanthealth.org/rapid recovery. Novant Health, making healthcare remarkable.
The future is now.
The future is you.
The future is here.
It's computers,
It's healthcare.
Robotics,
cybersecurity,
manufacturing,
DNA research,
The future is everything.
the future is knowledge.
community,
Possibilities.
hope,
It's about family, having a career,
Reaching goals,
finding your purpose.
your passion.
believing in yourself.
Davidson County Community College. The future is here.
Back here on HiTom Radio, Andrew Sullivan with you from Buck Hardy Field. And the HiToms down 6-1. Another new pitcher for the HiToms. It's the 4th of the night, and it's the lefty Matt Little out of the pen after Clay Edmondson was the first HiTom to go scoreless, and he did that over 2 innings, facing the minimum as he got 4 strikeouts and 2 groundouts from the 4 through 9 hitters in the 5th and the 6th. So now it's Matt Little on the bump. Little, of course, a starter. He started in that game Sunday at Asheboro. Was thinking he might be back for tomorrow, and I'm guessing given this appearance here in the 7th against the Sharks, this will be just a 1-inning bullpen appearance, and then he'll probably go on Saturday for the HiToms at Lexington County. I know tomorrow a doubleheader against Forest City at Finch Field. HiToms going to start Bradley Wilson in 1 game. They haven't announced who the 2nd game starter will be. But with Matt Little coming out of the pen here, he'll likely not be starting until Saturday. First pitch swinging to the 1-hole hitter Mongero here to start the 7th. That's in for strike 1. Mongero 1 for 3 with an RBI triple, a fly out, and the ground out. 0-1 the count. Little lines and delivers. Breaking ball just misses on the inside corner. 1-1 the count. Little was magnificent back on Sunday, going 5 innings of scoreless baseball as he delivers there, and that one misses the zone again. 2-1 the count. He got the win against Asheboro when the HiToms knocked off the Zookeepers, as that one's lifted out towards the left center gap. Going back is Yelton. He's just shy of the track, and he makes the play. Furthest ball we've seen hit tonight off the bat of the third baseman Mongero, but it dies just short of the track in left center as Yelton runs it down for the first out in the bottom of the 7th. .350 off the bat of the third baseman Mongero. So for Little, he comes in with a 2.87 ERA on the season. That one misses for ball 1 to the right fielder Monteith. As I was saying, 5 innings, no runs, 2 hits, 2 walks, 6 Ks at Ashboro. And he misses again outside, 2-0 the count to the righty. 2-3 the record, 2.87 ERA. And he finds the zone that time on the outside corner, 2-1 the count. Little, of course, out of UNC Charlotte. The lefty winds and delivers the 2-1. Grounded up the middle and past the outstretched glove of a diving J.D. Suarez at second. So a 1-out base knock from the right fielder Monteith. He's aboard for the 3rd time tonight after walking twice and striking out looking in the 3rd. That brings up Mason Landers with 1 away and 1 on. First hit allowed by Matt Little here in his relief outing. He's been very impressive with the HiToms so far. We'll see if he can go a scoreless inning here. He had an 11.57 ERA with Charlotte this year, but 2.57 as that one gets to the backstop but bounces right back to Sutton on ball 1 to Landers, and Monteith has to stay put at first. It's a brick backstop similar to the one at Wilson, and that gives you some interesting bounces just like the one there as Sutton comes out to talk to Little for a quick second. Maybe he was mixed up on that pitch. So Landers up from the right side. The first baseman is 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored tonight. That is 6th walk. 7 RBIs on the year and 55 ABs. 236 the average. Just a 213 average with Belmont this season and 75 ABs. 12 Ks to 8 walks in college, 5 walks, 13 Ks. And check on the runner at first. Back standing is Monty. One for 4 last night in the win at Holly Springs with a strikeout for Landers. Sharks looking to make it 2 in a row tonight after losing 6 straight. That one misses up and away. 2-0 the count from Little to Landers. Similar to the HiToms who lost 5 straight. The Sharks lost 6 straight to drop below 500 and now looking to get 2 wins in a row like the HiToms did just recently. HiToms winners of 2 straight coming into the night, and that one skied on the right side. Going into foul territory is Wiesner, and it's a good 10 steps into the first base concourse. 2-1 the count. Sam Yelton. Hey Sam, how's it going down there? Fist pump from Sam in center field. Of course, I'm in center field tonight. Sam's hoping that he and the HiToms can come back and extend the win streak to 3 tonight. Tied in the hit column 4-4, but down 6-1, so they'll need 5 runs in the last 2 frames. Runner goes, that one in the strike zone, throw down to second in time, and tagged out is second is the base runner Monteith. So a caught stealing by Blake Sutton on Monteith, who tried to swipe a bag for the 2nd time tonight. 2nd time he's been caught stealing, though, tonight as he was thrown out at 3rd earlier. 2-2 now the count to Landers, and Matt Little with 1 strike away from going 1-2-3. Deuces are wild, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away. The pitch misses low, count run full. Now nobody on and 2 away. Pat Monteith now 1 for 4 on the season in stolen bases. Came into the night 0 for 1. Full count. Here comes the payoff pitch from Little out of the windup. Skied on the first base side, tailing towards foul play, and that one will get out of play. That one closer to the line and closer to the fence, but another 3 steps away from Eli Wiesner. We'll have to do the full count pitch again. See if Matt Little can go 1-2-3 after Edmondson was 1-2-3 in the 5th and the 6th. Back-to-back zeros. Little hoping for a third. That one laced off his glove to short. It's Justin Johnson. Bobble throw on to first. Not quite in time. That'll go down as a hit because that one tipped off the glove of Little, who spun around to try and snag it. And then it was in shallow center field by the time Justin Johnson got to it. 2 hits in the inning and a 2-out base runner after Monteith is retired. Caught stealing brings up the designated hitter Wyatt Crenshaw. First pitch to Crenshaw at the knees with the off-speed 0-1 the count. Crenshaw 0 for 3 tonight, but he did reach base and score on the crucial error back in the third. That's the only error of the night for the HiToms compared to the 2 for the Sharks, but it was a huge one. Breaking ball misses outside, 1-1 the count. The second error, the throwing error by the catcher Bertolini on Roush going to second, did end up likely costing a run for the Sharks, but the one on Justin Johnson led to 4 unearned runs. 1-2 now the count as a curveball lands in the heart of the plate from the lefty Matt Little, hoping to strand Landers over at first. The 1-2 pitch from the lefty. Another breaking ball in the zone, swung on and missed. So a strikeout to end the inning for Matt Little. He goes scoreless in the 7th, allowing 2 hits and stranding 1 on base. But the HiToms still down by 5. We head to the top of the 8th on HiTom Radio.
So at Sheets, we really exist to make people's lives easier every day. In this moment, we have a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to connect with some of our lucky fans to help make their dreams come true.
How are you? I'm Ryan Sheets.
Here's a brand new truck for you, man. A once-in-a-lifetime dream vacation to Turks and Caicos.
Have you ever been there?
No, I've never been anywhere.
A check for $25,000?
This is a testament to why everybody should be a Sheets freak.
Hey everyone, Andrew Selliver here. Bring your group outing to Finch Field to watch the HiToms play all summer long. For groups of 12 or more, we have 3 different group rates. For $6 per person, you can get general admission tickets. At $9, we provide a meal package of a hot dog, chips, and a drink in addition to the GA ticket. And finally, for $15 a person, you get our all-you-can-eat ticket package. For more information on group tickets, visit our website at HiToms.com or email Zach at HiToms.com for more information. Top of the 8th, another new pitcher, the 5th of the night for the Sharks on. This time it's Andrew Ledbetter, a sophomore out of Stony Brook at 5'11", 200, a righty from Huntington Station, New York. Ledbetter, 9 appearances already on the season, all in relief, 9 1/3 innings pitched, 8 hits, 4 runs, 3 earned, 3 walks to 13 Ks. 1 save on the season and a 2.89 ERA for Mr. Ledbetter. He's going to face 2, 3, and 4, and Wiesner, Justin Johnson, and Miss Smith here in the 8th. HiToms needing some base runners and needing some runs. Just 4 hits on the night to the 5 for Wilmington, and only 1 run so far through 7 for HPT. Pitching staff for Wilmington has done a great job tonight. Andrew Ledbetter out of Stony Brook appeared in 12 games this season with the Seawolves, 0-2 the record with a 5.82 ERA and 17 innings pitched. First pitch to Eli Wiesner, big cut, swung on and missed, 0-1 the count. 12 hits, 11 runs, all earned, 19 walks to 12 Ks with the Seawolves. 4 home runs given up. Wiesner would love to take one out of here or at least get on base. Count even up in 1-1 as a breaking ball didn't break and it missed inside. 360 in 5 innings pitched and 3 appearances in 2021 as a freshman was the stat line for Mr. Ledbetter. That one skied into the right field gap. Drifting over is the center fielder, but it'll be the right fielder Monteith over there to field it in the gap. And the first batter is retired in the 8th for Ledbetter. Wiesner down on a fly ball, and that brings up Justin Johnson with 1 away. Johnson 0 for 2 with a walk. He was erased on the base paths as he tried a delayed steal and got caught in between first and second back in the 6th. He also has a strikeout and a fly out to left. That's from the right side, right on right matchup with Ledbetter, who delivers the first pitch and misses inside for ball 1. Pitching was the emphasis for head coach Russ Burrows in his second season with the Sharks, as that one misses upstairs. 2-0 the count to Justin Johnson. He has pitching in his roots. Was the pitching coach in 2017 with the Edenton Steamers before being the head coach for the Steamers in 2018 and 2019, a team that was a part of the CPL for those 3 years. He attended Lipscomb University and went on to play 4 years of professional baseball, 3 in independent league and 1 internationally. That one chopped out the second. Tough play on the run, and throwing to first to retire Justin Johnson is Mendolia. So 2 up, 2 down for Ledbetter in the 8th. Russ Burrows was 32 and 22 in his first season as the head coach with the Sharks. That was good enough for 5th overall in the CPL, best winning percentage as a head coach in team history. When not coaching summer ball, he's the head baseball instructor at the Nashville Baseball Academy. Tough 6-game losing streak here early on for his team, the Sharks, but they're looking to bounce back in a big way and go on a 2-game winning streak here tonight. Breaking ball in the dirt, bounces to the backstop, 1-0 the count. With 2 away, nobody on to Mitch Smith here in the top of the 8th. 4 outs remaining for the Sharks to get up by 5. Sharks are 6.5 back of the first place Wilson Tobbs, who were losing last time we checked the scoreboard. We'll get another check in between innings. Chopper up the middle. That's going to get right through into center field where Bridges will field it. And Mitch Smith aboard at first with a 2-out base knock, his second hit of the game. First hit allowed by Ledbetter. 5th hit on the night for the HiToms, so we're back even in the hit category at 5 apiece. 2 hits and 2 strikeouts, 1 each way for Mitch Smith. Brings up Vito Paterno with 2 away and a runner on. Sharks fans chanting 1 more out. As that one finds the outside corner at the knees, 0-1 the count to Vito Paterno. Paterno from the right side facing the righty Ledbetter. Not a lot of lefties on this HiToms offense. Of course, Sam Yelton won. He's in the 8-hole with a hit tonight and out in center field. 0-1 the count, and the delivery, breaking ball, misses upstairs, 1-1. 10 pitches now for Ledbetter. Sharks came into this game 2-4 against the West, looking to go to 3-4 and 1 against the HiToms. These teams will face one more time this season on July 24th back at Finch Field. That's a Sunday with a 5 p.m. start, as that one's chopped to the right side. Easy play at second base for Mendolia, and he flips on to Chufo at second. He goes the short way for a fielder's choice. Sharks are through 8 innings of work on the mound and have only allowed 1 run. The HiToms trail by 5 as we head to the bottom of the 8th here at Buck Hardy Field.
Here in High Point, North Carolina, we encourage everyone to make themselves at home. Here in High Point, we're known as the home furnishings capital of the world. We have banked our past, present, and future highly on this industry. We have lots of opportunities to entertain your family and children, so take advantage of our parks, our cultural events and activities, as well as some of our seasonal attractions. High Point has a variety of entertainment to suit your needs. Whether you're looking for the newest craft brewery here in town or some live music, come to High Point. We've got what you need. We here at High Point welcome you to make yourself at home.
Novant Health offers unrivaled care for every woman at every age, stage, and walk of life. We know that the care you need today might not be the same care you need tomorrow, and we're proud to offer expert services that are as diverse and multifaceted as you are. So whether you're having a baby, battling cancer, or boosting your overall wellness, you can count on Novant Health to get you back to the things you love faster. Discover care that always puts you first at novanthealth.org/everywoman.
headed to the bottom of the 8th. Sweet Caroline playing here at Buck Hardy Field as the Sharks fans are 3 outs away from going home happy with the Sharks win at home. Sharks up 6-1 as we head to the bottom of the 8th. They're 4-6 at home, looking to get back to within 1 game of 500 here at Buck Hardy Field are Wilmington Sharks. It's another new pitcher on the bump for the HiToms, the 5th of the night, and that is Jake Landis. Another lefty after Matt Little gives up 2 hits, but just leaves 1 on the base pass, doesn't give up a run in a scoreless 7th inning of work. Just a bullpen day for him before most likely a start on Saturday at Lexington County. Landis coming off his first start of the year in the doubleheader at Forest City, the second game that the HiToms won 11-6. He didn't have his best stuff that day, went 2 innings pitched, just gave up 2 runs though, both earned, got out of a jam in the second with only giving up 2 runs, which was big, that allowed the HiToms to come back and win that game 2 for the split. First pitch on the way from Landis, misses up and away to the 5-hole hitter, the shortstop Chufo. Chufo 1 for 3 with a single and a run scored and an RBI back in the 3rd. 1-0 the count to him. Landis working from the left side. He winds and delivers, and that one comes in on the inside corner, 1-1. That was the longest appearance of the year and the first start on Tuesday for Landis. Now back out of the bullpen here tonight. A bullpen night for him, and he misses outside 2-1. Landis comes into tonight with a 3.37 ERA, a 2-0 record with the HiToms in 9 games. 1 start, as I said, 10 2/3 worked, 12 Ks to 3 walks and 11 hits. Lefty winds and fires and misses upstairs, 3-1 the count. In danger of walking the shortstop Chufo for the first time tonight and issuing a leadoff base runner here in the bottom of the 8th. It's the last thing the HiToms can do, down 5 with just 3 outs remaining. That one fouled back to the backstop. Now a full count on the leadoff hitter and the shortstop out of the 5-hole Chufo. Andrew Chufo, first team All-Central New England Prep Honors with Phillips Academy. Hit a team-high 447 with a 531 OBP in his senior year. Leads the team in doubles, home runs, and RBIs, and as well as average so far with the Sharks. 3:08 coming into tonight. That won't help it, though. He goes down on strikes. Landis pumped the fastball in on the hands, and he barely swung around. If he did make contact, it would have sawed off the bat. He did not, though, and he's down on strike swinging. First K tonight for Jake Landis. Now he'll face Bandura, the left fielder. Bandura 2 for 3, a single, a double, 2 RBIs, and a strikeout. Going back to the story we were telling you about Scott Bandura when he played with the Taney Little League team that made it all the way to the Little League World Series. Played with Monet Davis on that team as he checks his swing and went around for strike 1 on a ball in the dirt. Monet Davis, of course, the first female to pitch a winning Little League World Series game with that Taney Little League team that won the Mid-Atlantic region title and the Pennsylvania region title. Another one in the dirt, this time no offering from Bandura. Count even up at 1-1. That team finished 3rd in the U.S. competition in Williamsport, losing to Jackie Robinson West in the semifinals, who won the U.S. title. They were eventually stripped of that title due to violating rules on the area boundary for players on a team. Breaking ball didn't break, missed over the head of Bandura, 2-1 the count. So Bandura played for that Taney Little League team that made it to the Little League World Series. Then he played for Springside Chestnut Hill Academy, was a senior captain. And he skies one in on the infield behind home plate. Sutton near the fence, and he just ran out of room. That one hit off the net and bounced on the brick backstop. So that evens the count up at 2-2 with the foul ball. 10 pitches into the inning for Jake Landis. Scott Bandura in high school led the conference in stolen base and runs. He was also a basketball captain and played soccer, so a 3-sport athlete. Not quite as good as his teammate Noah Bridges, who was a 4-sport athlete who played baseball, track, swimming, and soccer. That one fouled off at the plate. We'll do the 2-2 again. Bandura got his first 2 hits with the Sharks tonight as he came in 8 ABs with a 0 average coming into the night, and he swings and misses at that slider on the inside corner. Back-to-back strikeout swinging for Jake Landis to start the bottom of the 8th. He looks sharp. He'll now have to face the second baseman, A.J. Mendolia. Mendolia 0 for 2 with a walk. Mendolia, one of the veterans on the Sharks team who's been around for a while this season. As a lot of these guys come in a week or 2 into the season, he's been there since the start. And he takes a curveball at the knees on the outside corner. 0-1 the count. So he leads the team in games played, ABs, also runs and walks. 0-1. Another one at the knees. That one just missed outside. 1-1 the count. Jake Landis from the left side has really impressed HiToms coaches so far. His ability to work out of jams, find the strike zone, as he misses there 2-1 with the breaking ball inside. And keep guys off the base paths. The guy that they didn't know how long he would stick around with the HiToms. They thought he might end up playing for the Locos some this season, but with the way he's been pitching, no chance. That one laced through the left side past an outstretched Jose Vargas at third, and a 2-out base knock off the bat of Mendolia. First hit tonight for the second baseman. First hit allowed by Jake Landis in the bottom of the 8th. That brings up the catcher, Chaz Bertolini. Bertolini has done a good job back there tonight. So far, catching 5 pitchers for the Sharks through 8 innings, and they've only given up 1 run. He's also thrown out Justin Johnson on the base paths. Just has that one blunder where he threw it into center field as Roush stole second. First pitch to him, swung on and missed at the breaking ball 0-1. For the HiToms due up in the top of the 9th, it's 6, 7, and 8. Sutton, Suarez, and Sam Yelton. Sam, the only one of those 3 with a hit tonight, coming back in the 7th. Another one finds the zone from the lefty Landis, quickly ahead 0-2 to Bertolini. As I said, we'll get you a CPL scoreboard update at the end of this half inning. Next game for the Sharks is tomorrow against Holly Springs back here at home. HiToms have a doubleheader tomorrow. 0-2 bounces to the backstop. Advancing to second is Mendolia. He's in the scoring position. Count goes to 1-2 to Bertolini. So we'll see how the HiToms can play tomorrow. Assuming they don't score 5 in the 9th, they'll drop back 1 game below 500 again with a loss tonight. And then a long trip home. Won't be home until the wee hours of the morning, and then have to go back early at 5 o'clock for a doubleheader against the Owls tomorrow. That one grounded sharply foul down the third base line. Remains 1-2 to the catcher Bertolini. Landis about to throw his 20th pitch of the inning. It was really just that one inning, the third, when 4 runs came across with 2 away for the Sharks after an error from Justin Johnson at short that cost the HiToms. If not, it would be a close game, as that one airmails the catcher to the backstop, but it bounces straight off the brick to Sutton, and so Mendolia stays put at second. Count even at 2-2 now to the catcher, Chaz Bertolini. Chaz was ranked the 17th best catcher and 82nd best player in the state of Georgia coming out of Johns Creek High School. Grew up in Alpharetta. That all according to Perfect Game. Reached the 6A semifinals in 27 with the Creek. The 2-2 misses in the dirt. Count run to full with the catcher at the plate from the right side. He was a Gold Glover in high school with a .996 fielding percentage. That's about as good as it gets. An all-region player as well with the Crusaders. So a full count with Mendolia standing at second, 2 away in the 8th. Landis delivers, and that one's skied into foul territory down the first base line. Giving chase is both Wiesner and Sutton, and it's out of play. With Mendolia at second base, he's a perfect 6 for 6 in stolen bases this season with the Sharks. Anything that lands on outfield grass should score him for the 7th run of the game for Wilmington. Chaz Bertolini, no hits tonight, but he has reached base on a walk in the 4th and came home to score. A strikeout and a ground out into a double play. 3-2 pitch again. Line down the first base line, tailing out a play over there, and just running out of room is the right fielder. And Roush just couldn't quite track it down. It lands over in the bullpen for the Sharks, which is still in fair territory, not fair territory, but still in play, just like the bullpens at Finch Field. That one just kept tailing away off the bat of the righty Bertolini, so he stays alive to see another pitch. Long AB for the backstop for the Sharks here. Landis hoping to hang another 0 and get the HiToms back in the dugout for the 9th inning, needing 5 to tie it. Comes set on the bump, does the lefty Landis. He delivers another 3-2, and it's fouled off, and we'll do it again. For Bertolini, he's trying to get a base hit and score his second baseman, Mendolia, who stands on second, and just tack on more insurance. Nobody up in the Sharks bullpen. Rather, one pitcher is up in the Sharks bullpen. It's a righty. Another 3-2, misses up and away. So a huge battle at the plate between Landis and Bertolini wins it with his second walk of the night. That brings up the center fielder and 9-hole hitter Bridges. He's 0 for 2 with a walk, 2 stolen bases, and a run scored back in the 3rd as well. First walk allowed by Landis here tonight, and we'll see if Bridges can make him pay. Peyton Consulini out of Canisius, the freshman from Ontario, Canada, at 6'5", 215 from the right side, warming up in the pen for the Sharks. Not a safe situation. We'll see if he comes in. Changeup had the batter Bridges fooled at the plate. 0-1 the count as he goes swinging. 74 out of the hand of the lefty Landis. Had the 9-hole hitter completely fooled from the left side. Left on left matchup. Landis comes set. Checks on the runner at second. From the stretch, he delivers. Breaking ball, ripped over the head of the shortstop, Justin Johnson. Getting the wave around third, and coming around to score without a throw is Mendolia. Bartolini stays put at second. It's an RBI single from Bridges, and the Sharks lead 7-1. First RBI on the night for Noah Bridges. His 5th on the season with these Sharks. And that'll bring DJ Russ and the whole infield to the mound to talk with Landis. Jacob Halford, the righty from NC State, up in the pen for the HiToms in case he's needed. HiToms would prefer not to bring him in here in the 8th and just save him just in case the lineup can get 6 runs now that are needed to tie it in the top of the 9th. So Landis will stay in for now. He's got 2 on still, 1 run in on the RBI single from the center fielder Bridges, and now he's facing the top of the lineup in Tabor Mongaro. Tabor Mongaro, Jr. out of UNC Wilmington. His father, Trent, played baseball with the Seahawks, that's correct. Back in 1989, he was the CAA Player of the Year. He also played in the Braves organization. First pitch to him bounces in the dirt from Landis. Both runners stay put. It's a 1-0 count. In high school with North Hall, he was a two-time All-State selection. He was also an ABCA second-team All-Atlantic region in 2022. That one is hammered down the right field line. Short porch out there, and that one's gone. First extra base hit is a 3-run blast on the year for Tabor Mongaro. He puts the Sharks up 10-1 in the bottom of the 8th, and that's pretty much all she wrote, I believe, for the HiToms here. Landis' night is most likely done as Russ is out to the mound and takes the ball from his lefty reliever. He got the first 2 on strikeouts and then gave up a single, a walk, an RBI single, and now a 3-run blast. 4 RBIs on the night. It's a 2-for-5 night for the leadoff hitter Tabor Mongaro with a triple and a home run. No extra base hits coming into the night, now 2 leaving the night, and the HiToms trail it by 9. HiToms only being out hit in the hit department 8-5, but they've given up 10 runs to the Wilmington Sharks. Looking like it'll be a 10-11 record for HPT as they head back to Thomasville from Wilmington. Not the best of trips to the coast at the moment. 1 error for HPT, 2 errors for the Sharks. But the Sharks offense that has struggled so far this season, only 1 hitter batting over 300, has hung double digits on this HiToms pitching staff. Second night in a row where the HPT pitchers have pitched better than the numbers they've given up. Last night, a 4 spot in the 7th for Martinsville when it really should have been just 1 or maybe even 0. And then tonight, 10, when it probably should have been closer to 5. Halford in, out of the pen, as the righty will look to get the last out here in the bottom of the 8th. And send the HiToms back to the dugout with 3 outs remaining. For Jacob Halford, that ERA continues to drop after a couple rough starts to start the season. It's now down to 6.23. 9 games pitched in, all in relief, 8 2/3 innings pitched. 10 hits, 6 runs, all earned, 10 walks, 7 Ks. 3 saves on the season, including last night in the 8-5 win over Martinsville. So we'll see if Halford can do it on just 1 batter when he faces Monteith here with 2 away in the bottom of the 8th, or if he'll have to face Landers, who's on deck as well. Pat Monteith, the guy who also has gotten his first hit as a Shark tonight, came into tonight with just 4 ABs and a 0.00 average, got a single back in the 7th. Halford misses outside to start the right-handed hitting right fielder with ball 1. Monteith was erased on the base paths after that single, and he takes strike 1 on the outside corner with the off-speed from Halford. Halford can live in the low to mid-90s with the fastball, as that one misses low with the fastball at 92. 2-1 the count. The righty winds, kicks and fires, and the fastball misses upstairs at 91. 3-1 now the count to the right fielder for the Sharks. Halford working quickly. He delivers that one, chopped in the hole at short. Backhand glove by Justin Johnson. Out of the crouch, throw into first. What a play. Second time tonight that Justin Johnson has flashed the leather over at short, but not before the Sharks put 4 more on the scoreboard in the 8th, including a 3-run blast to the short porch and right off the bat of Mongaro. As we head to the last inning, HiToms trailing 10-1. You're listening to HiTom Baseball on HiTom Radio. Back for the ninth from Buck Hardy Field here in Wilmington, North Carolina. Sharks have taken care of the HiToms so far, up 10-1 with 3 outs remaining. And the job just got so much harder for the HiToms offense because not only did the bullpen give up 4 runs back in the 8th, the Sharks have also put up a stud out of the pen on the mound. It's Peyton Consigli, the right-handed pitcher out of Canisius. Stands at 6'5", 195, a freshman out of Foothill, Ontario. Went to St. Francis High in New York. And he was the MAAC Rookie of the Year, also the MAAC Relief Pitcher of the Year, and he made the MAAC All-Rookie team. The stats were phenomenal with the Griffs. He went 40 innings pitched and gave up 27 hits, 17 runs, 14 earned, 21 walks, 253 Ks. And that set him up with a 3.15 ERA. 4-2 the record, 7 saves with the Griffs, a team in Canisius that made it all the way to the NCAA tournament after knocking off Ryder to win the MAAC Baseball Championship. Then they went 0-2 with an 11-6 loss to the number 6 overall seed Miami, and then a 7-5 loss to Arizona in the losers bracket there. For Mr. Consigli, he's appeared in 4 games with the Sharks so far. 6 innings pitched, 2 hits allowed, 3 runs, 1 earned, 2 walks, 5 Ks, and a 1.50 ERA with an 0-1 record. He's set to deal with the 6, 7, 8 batters. 2 up for the HiToms, beginning with Blake Sutton from the left side. First pitch to him is a fastball at the knees for strike 1 at 90 miles per hour. Sutton 0 for 3 with 2 Ks tonight. Love to get on base here to start the top of the ninth. HiToms being out hit 8-5. Fielded better than the Sharks with 1 error to the Sharks 2, but in the run column where it matters, it's 10-1 Wilmington. Consigli taking a long time to go through the signs with his backstop Bertolini, so Sutton steps out, steps back into the left-handed batter's box. Now they got the sign, the wind, and the deal, and that one well outside into the right-hander batter's box. 1-1 the count. As I said for HPT, this is part of their 7 games in 5 days stretch, including 2 doubleheaders with the Owls, the second one of those coming up tomorrow. As the 1-1 is skied on the left side of the infield. In foul territory, it's the third baseman over there, Mongaro, and he fields it a couple steps to the left of the third baseline for out number 1. So now it brings up J.D. Suarez as that 91-mile-per-hour fastball was popped up for out number 1 off the bat of Blake Sutton. Suarez bats from the right side. He's 0 for 2 tonight with a walk. Roush, the only runner to come home to score for the HiToms, and he came home to score when he walked in the 5th. No hits were needed to bring home that 1 run for HPT. 1 out, nobody on, and the 0-0 pitch is cut on and missed by Suarez. Peyton Consigli, 6'5", 215 from the right side. A handful to deal with on the bump. The freshman from Canisius winds and delivers a big looping curveball at 74 that just missed outside. You talk about changing speeds, going 92 with the fastball and then 74 with the curveball. That's tough to handle at the plate, especially right on right for J.D. Suarez. Suarez still looking for his first hit of the night. Came into the night batting .348. That could be it. It's into the right field gap, and making a play over there is Monty. Took him back a couple steps shy of the track. That one hit a long way, .340 off the bat of the right-hander Suarez, but he's retired with a loud out, and now down to the final out are the HiToms, and it's down to Sam Yelton. Real damp night here at Wilmington on the coast of North Carolina. Wind now settled down, not doing anything. It's tough to ride one out of here. But Mongaro did in the bottom of the eighth. He used the short wall and right at just 4 feet to his advantage, or else it probably wouldn't have been gone. Swing and a miss on the first pitch to Sam Yelton, 0-1 the count. I promised a CPL scoreboard update, didn't get it to you, so we'll get it to you right after the conclusion of the game. 0-1, just misses off the plate, 1-1 the count. For Wilmington, assuming they hold on here, it'll get them back to 9-13. They were just a game behind the Pilots in 6th place in the East coming into the day. That one bounces just outside, and it's a 2-1 count. 6.5 behind the Wilson Tobbs, who were a half game ahead of the Marlins coming into the night. 2-1 the count to Sam Yelton, the center fielder from the left side. The right-handed pitcher delivers, and it's chopped foul, and now the HiToms down to the final strike here from Buck Hardy Field. 10 pitches into the outing for the closer of sorts, Peyton Consigli. He'll probably earn that closer role a lot of the time this summer with the Sharks. As I said, he doesn't have a save yet. 0-1 the record. Not a save opportunity here as the Sharks are up by 9. Consigli winds and delivers the 2-2. That one just misses upstairs with the fastball. Count run full to Sam Yelton. Fastball plenty lively so far, 91-92 for Consigli. We'll see if he goes with that or the big bender. Getting the signs from his catcher, Bertolini. He comes set on the bump. 3-2 pitch. Wind and deliver. Breaking ball misses in the dirt, and Sam Yelton earns a free base with 2 away in the ninth. First walk allowed by Consigli here tonight. That brings up A.J. Roush in the 9-hole. Just the 3rd walk on the season in his 5th appearance for Peyton Consigli. So we'll work with a 2-out base runner. 9-hole hitter Roush from the right side. Right on right matchup here now. Roush 0 for 2 with the walk and the 1 run scored, and that one hops to the backstop, and Sam Yelton will take a free 90 feet. So a 1-0 count to start the right fielder Roush. HiToms have just left a bunch of runners on the base paths tonight. That being 7, just bringing 1 home to score. That's something they did so well last night, was not leaving guys on base when they were victorious 8-5 over the Martinsville Mustangs. Just left 3 runners on the paths and scored 8. Tonight, not so much. Runner at second, 2 away, 1-0 the count to A.J. Rouse. Consigli now ready. And he fires and misses low and away, 2-0. Thank you for joining us here tonight here on HiTom Radio. As always, happy to bring you live coverage of HiTom baseball on the road. Not the night for the HiToms that they wanted. We're hoping to move that win streak up to 3. Instead, it'll be the Sharks who most likely move theirs up to 2, and the HiToms fall one game below 500. That one chopped foul at the plate. 2-1 now the count to the right fielder, Roush. 15 pitches now for Consigli in the inning, facing his fourth batter. Peyton Consigli, first appearance in 4 days when he pitched 2 innings against the Salamanders. Gave up 1 hit in that game, didn't give up a run. Only earned run out of the 3 came in his first appearance against the Bananas in a 5-2 loss back on June 11th. The Bananas commanding the West Division. 2-1 at the knees for strike 2. 2-2 the count. Deuces are wild with 2 away and a runner on second here in the top of the 9th. HiToms again down to their final strike. Consigli hoping to end it and keep the score where it is at 10-1. He comes set on the bump, looks back at Sam Yelton at second. Roush at the right side, looping breaking ball, just misses upstairs. Count run full again.
Everybody clap your hands.
Just a nasty pitch to have in the arsenal when you can throw the fastball in the low to mid-90s and then drop it in the mid-70s with the breaking ball. Just unable to locate that one in the zone was Consigli. He comes set, a full count offering to Roush. Fouled back behind home plate. HiToms live to see another pitch at the plate.
Don't have your day shattered.
We'll be back on HiTom TV tomorrow. Center fielder Mr. Noah Bridges just told us he can't wait for the post-game meal. It's going to be Chili's tonight, and he said he's really feeling it. He's excited for that post-game meal after a big win for the Sharks, advancing the win streak to 2. Not quite done yet, though. Another 3-2 pitch coming from Consigli. Now it is done. Strikeout looking for A.J. Roush. Breaking ball on the outside corner. Roush goes down looking, and the HiToms go down 10-1. Four batters faced. One base runner allowed on a walk from Consigli in the 9th. He closes it out, and it's a 10-1 win for the Wilmington Sharks. 10 runs, 8 hits, 2 errors for Wilmington. 1 run, 5 hits, 1 error for the HiToms. And that's just baseball for you. Not the night for HPT. They just didn't have anything going from the plate and gave up way too many 2-out runs to win tonight here on the road. We'll get you that CPL scoreboard update now. 9-2, the Flamingos won game 1 over the Blowfish in the doubleheader at home. 3-2 Bananas win over the Bacon for the 2nd straight night. Bananas continue to just dominate the competition in the West. It's a 3-2 lead for the Pilots in the bottom of the 10th over the Marlins. I'm sure that this Sharks team would like to hear that the Marlins are trailing, but in the contrary, the Tobs, who control the East at the moment, have retaken the lead 6-5 in the bottom of the 8th over the Tri-City Chili Peppers. With a win there for Wilson and a loss for Morehead City, the lead would extend out to 1.5 games in the East for the Tobs. 4-2 win for the Salamanders over Asheboro at 4-2. Asheboro drops to just 3-18 on the young campaign. 1-0 the win for Forest City over Martinsville in a close one at McNair Field. And then it's a 4-1 lead for the Flamingos in game 2 of the doubleheader in the bottom of the 3rd over the Blowfish. We'll see if Florence can sweep that one. We'll see if the HiToms can sweep a doubleheader tomorrow against the Forest City Owls, who will come in on a 1-0 win over the Mustangs. Of course, the HiToms losers tonight, 10-1 over the Sharks. That'll do it for our coverage here on HiTom Radio. Andrew Sullivan signing off here from Buck Hardy Field in Wilmington, North Carolina. Once again, your final score, the HiToms 1 and the Sharks 10. We'll see you tomorrow night on HiTom TV. First pitch at 5 o'clock for the doubleheader between the HiToms and the Owls. Good night, everybody, from Wilmington, North Carolina.